All right. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? All right, station. Y'all head over to YouTube. But this video, you guys, we're gonna get into a lot in this particular video. I've heard your messages. Y'all have sent me messages. I was supposed to, I took off work today, wasn't feeling my best today, but duty still called because duty still call. And there was so many phone call and messages I received from you all, and we got to say a lot in this particular video. I want you all there. We got a lot that we're going to be discussing in this video, and I can't wait because it's going to be off the chain. All right, so after this countdown, we're going to get into it. We got a lot to discuss in this video, so y'all come on in, like the video, share. It's gonna be amazing. We got to talk about it and everything out there. You know what? Screw the intro. Now, I want to say and shout out to everybody that is watching this broadcast. First and foremost, on last night, we broke a story on wilderthetroll.com. And I urge you all today, let me say that, to go subscribe to the website so you can get updates whenever we post on that particular website of www.wilderthetroll.com. Make sure you go check that site out. Because speaking about a story that we broke last night, and moderators, make sure y'all post that particular article. We broke a story about how Oliver is not getting his dues from Beyonce and also from T.S. Madison. We put that out on the website. It went live, etc. So we have an exclusive statement from Oliver that we're going to drop, an exclusive statement from Oliver Twist that we're going to drop right here on the Wiley Show, because we want to make sure that we lay out my opinion. We have worked so very hard to post this, and then immediately following us dropping this story, Armon Wiggins decided to pick up the story and talk about it. Now, what I feel, how Oliver feel, how anybody else feel, we don't get the proper recognition. I'm different than Oliver because I'm going to let you know, hey, you got that from me. Where my recognition? And I have the, a bully pulpit that I would use. I don't like to use the word bully pulpit, but anyway, I would want to say that. I have a platform that I would use, and I will put it out there. I wrote the story. The story was posted. I owned it. Everything that's on there is all me. Okay. Put it out there. We talked about it on YouTube. Mind you, while we are live talking about Oliver, Beyonce, T.S. Madison, one of my best shows ever, here goes Armon Wiggins trying to talk about the story. And I'm looking at him trying to talk about the story, and I'm like, he could have easily posted my platform, my website on his show. He have done it for the Neighborhood Talk. He have done it for Ball Alert. He have done it for all these things, but now you don't even want to share what you got the information. He went directly to Oliver's page, rarely going to his page, without giving us our proper recognition. Now, you have every right to go to Oliver's page. You did that. But you weren't even worried about Oliver because the people sent you the article because we know how to send it out to people. We know how to push it out to people. So we pushed it out to people, and our Twitter page is doing very great right now because we know how we're pushing out the content on X. So I know you saw it. We have the same people that follow us, the same moderator that follow us. They're going to send you the information. I'm not dumb. But for you to sit there and act like you saw it, people just said, no, they sent you the article. Don't play dumb here. You can play stupid all day, but let's not play these games. So I'm listening to him talk about the situation with Oliver, and I'm listening to him talking about the situation with T.S. Madison. And he literally said that Oliver is a clout chaser, that Oliver he's a liar. He don't care about the money. He care about the recognition. You know, that's not about the money. He's literally going back for what I stand on, talking about the money. Now, what Oliver, and this is the thing with Oliver. Again, I met Oliver. I know what Oliver brought to the table. I know what Oliver, like what he had been doing from chasing Atlanta, from working on the Oliver, working on his show when he traveled around the world. People forget that my roommate and friend Theo booked the trip. I got to say, we got to boost up Wiley more in 2024. And I know it's gonna sound bad, but I got to talk my ish right now. My friend, my brother, that I slept on his couch, Theo. Oh, we're gonna talk about it today. And I saw how Theo was traveling around the world. And I said, Theo, I think you need to have a travel agent, a travel blog. You need to do something to monetize off you just traveling. You're traveling, but you're not monetizing off of it. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to work all these quadruple doubles just to travel the world. Why don't you benefit by, you know, monetizing off this? So he finally listened to my advice, and he have his own travel agency. He worked with T.S. Madison, travel agent under her company. He built his own company. He could do more, but you got to work toward it. You got to have that grind. But he worked with Oliver, booked the trip for Oliver. Oliver does a show. I could have done that same show. The reason why I respectfully decline is because I know Oliver. He does not like when you upstage him. He liked to be the HBIC. The reason why, and it's going to sound bad when I say it, the reason why Oliver thrived being on Chasing Atlanta, because he thrived in that atmosphere. He does not like it when you come for him, come for that top spot. He liked to be the head diva in charge. He liked to be that. Now, when Armon was talking about Oliver and Oliver wanted BTS Madison, etc., I would like to say I agree to what Armon is saying to a certain extent. I believe that Oliver was heavily influenced about T.S. Madison with a wig, with the chest meat, with the hormone shots. And it was a conversation with Oliver, and it was a conversation with T.S. Madison. And they was having a on camera, and Oliver was, and T.S. Madison said, well, do you want to be trans? Well, I don't know. He wanted to transition. I believe because he was heavily influenced by T.S. Madison, and I believe, and this is me giving my opinion, I believe he want to do it to go to that next level, meaning let me transition, let me put on a wig, and etc. But before T.S. Madison, Oliver was behind the scenes working with Funky Dineva. So Oliver have always been, people think this is new that Oliver wants to get into music. That's a lie. I've been knowing Oliver for years. See, the problem is when these gay personalities, they got bigger platforms, when they talk about these gay stories, they don't talk about it from the beginning. They don't know these people. And see, to Oliver, y'all need to be literally thanking Wiley, because I'm the only man that have been talking about these unknown gay personalities. I got to talk about my resume for a moment. This is no different than when Milan Christopher got picked to be on Love and Hip Hop. Me and Milan Christopher had a relationship, meaning I interviewed him, he put me on the phone, I put him on my website, top 10 rappers, and he got picked to be on Love and Hip Hop. No one knew that he did music. They just knew Ballroom. No one really knew that because Ballroom wasn't that big yet, like mainstream like that. And what I've learned in this business, and it is painful, when he got booked on Love and Hip Hop, and I would tell all my guests, you know, when you make it go to that next level, don't forget about the Wiley Show, you know. So we called my co-host at the time, Flash Gotti, was in the car. I'm in the car. We got him on the Bluetooth, whatever. He said, well, you know, my team felt like it's not a good look. It was very painful. I'm like, yo, team, we never talked about teams. It's always, I got your number. I'm not on the phone. on the phone with you. You can easily come to the show. You pay them. If you do got a team, you pay them because I'm not stupid. You pay the publisher. You pay these people. It's not the other way around. And he didn't want to come on the show. And so, and it never worked. He never got on the show again. Now he's on Bingo on social media begging for cash apps and super chats and starships. But I'm bringing this point up because there are so many people in the gay community forget about the little guy. When they think they made it, screw you while they don't need you no more. But you shared my stories when we talked about your music, your albums, when nobody was streaming it like that. We boost them up. And you know what they did? He went on his happy way. Anyway, not that part with Milan Christopher. When it comes to Oliver, I knew Oliver before he worked full-time with T.S. Madison. I met Oliver in Atlanta. And I knew the character of Oliver. Again, I am an interviewer and I look at personality traits. One of the things that with Oliver, when I met Oliver, he talked about how he don't hang around these type of gays. I don't like this environment. He always wanted to be bougie. He wanted to be, high class, even though you don't have the coins to be high class. But that's Atlanta. That's Atlanta culture. So you be dogging these people, didn't get hi, just all that fake stuff. But I knew that he wanted to be successful. I knew he wanted that next moment. I interviewed Oliver multiple times before he was on Chasing Atlanta. Any of these, before Maddie in the Morning, before any of this stuff, right? I'm interviewing this brother. I knew that he wanted to be successful. And I was critical of Oliver about his music. I said, how can you be an artist when you're not even doing original music? You're not doing original music. You're doing all these remixes and then do original music. So I was really critical because many people say you're the voice of underground gay music. I don't want to give myself that token, but I did have a lot of underground gay artists on my show. Shout out to my friend Pierre from the Freaky Boys. That's just like one relationship that when that brother wrote a tweet and he put out on Twitter, he said, Wiley, thank you. If we can pull up that. He said, Wiley, thank you. Shout out to you, Wiley, because you have been on here before a lot of these new people, right? Kudos to that. And I love that because those people came up and I interviewed them before it was a Saucy Santana, before any of these people came up. That's how long I've been doing this. And so when it comes to Oliver and this situation with T.S. Madison, I'm not shocked. I've known this personally. I've talked to people in Atlanta, King of Reeds. I've talked to all these people in Atlanta. I know a lot of people in Atlanta. I might as well should move to Atlanta, right? I would thrive in Atlanta because I know all the gay characters. I know I can seek out talent. So I see Oliver. And I said, Oliver made a post. He was criticizing T.S. Madison, creating a narrative. The narrative that Oliver have painted. This is the narrative. I didn't say truth. I said narrative. The narrative that Oliver have painted is that I created this show. I created this sequel. It got picked up by Beyonce. And somebody commented in that thread and said, do you get paid any royalties? No. Right then and there, you're letting the world know you're not getting paid. So we know it's a financial interest here. Then, okay, one thing about Oliver, he's going to keep talking. Just pick up what he's saying. Well, I want to thank Beyonce. I want to let it be known Beyonce don't owe me nothing. T.S. Madison was like, well, T.S. Madison don't owe you anything either. And for Oliver, this is why I said that brother is weak. We posted on a YouTube short. Go check it out right now. I said the man is weak because you know you feel some type of way. Just say it. We know you feel it. We know you feel like you want more recognition. We know you feel like you want to be the celebrity. Say it, and maybe people will embrace you more. But I can't embrace the fake stuff. Because you would have never brought it up. You did this so the public could drag T.S. Madison. And it's an easy thing to drag it. You played the innocent victim. And you played it well. And then, I didn't say that. When did we start? And then when T.S. Madison called you out on it, because she see right through you, when did we start tagging each other, Maddie? So I go to Armon Wiggins' platform. Armon, he listened to my advice. I feel good. I told you he should let me be a producer. That brother changed his entire set. I got to say this, Kevin. I got to say this, Dover. I got to say this, Terry. I got to say this to Tavia. I want people to see this. So Armon do a show. He revamped his entire show. Coming out with these Ricky Lake chairs with a flat screen. It didn't hit the same. I said, Go back to what worked. Get a tape, get a desk, get a chair. Go back. Just go back to that, Armon Wiggins. You're trying to be daytime television. This ain't daytime. This is internet. The brother switch. Got a table, put on all white, brought his personality, brought the shade, stopped trying to be politically correct. He did exactly that. And I saw it. And got a glow-in-the-dark game chair. But we don't care anything about that. At the end of the day, it's a beautiful set. It was extra bright, heavy bright. But he's so wise as a creator. Because he said about Oliver, T.S. Madison don't owe you anything. You was the videographer. You did not write what T.S. Madison said, what she said out of her mouth and everything. And let me ask Oliver this question. I want to ask this question publicly. And I want you all to hear. I'm going to leave it in a voice note. Give me a quick question. Oliver, I am live right now. But one question that everybody want to know. This is a yes or a no. Did you write the script for T.S. Madison about my black is beige, all the stuff that she said on Cozy? Did you write that, yes or no? Did you write a part of it, yes or no? Everybody, this will knock this out the park. And if so, you did write it. Do you have proof that you wrote it? I just want to ask him that question. Because go to the screen here. Because Armand was talking about this. I said, but let me finish this story. And so I reached out to Oliver in the DM. Because again, me and Oliver have a relationship. I've been knowing this man for a long time. So I go to this one. I said, I leave Oliver a voice note. And I asked him this, the 40-second voice note. This one I asked.
Hey, Oliver, I'm about to go on the air. So let me ask this question. The question number one, did T.S. Madison put you on an NDA? And question number two, what is your thoughts of Armon Wiggins calling you a clout chaser, that you would never happen, that you just want to be a celebrity, you don't want the money, you just want the recognition, you want to be like T.S. Madison? I'm trying to get your thoughts on the record, so I don't want to put words in your mouth. When I'm about to go live in about less than 30 minutes, can you give me a voice note statement? Thank you.
Okay. He didn't give a voice note statement, but he said, hey, Wiley, no NDA. Because many people say, oh, he can't talk because of NDA. He said, no NDA. He said, I pray nothing but continued blessings and happiness for Armand and all the YouTubers who take the time to discuss me. I feel no way when I know what the truth is, which always prevails. He's only doing his job. He chooses for himself. So I don't take it personally. I would say I've heard some discourse from everyone talking about it. It's more so everyone adding what they believe happened, less about what I actually said. Well, such is life. My everyday life is filled with blessings, peace and growth, and love, and that's what I choose to cling to above all. I know what my resume is. I know what my bank account looks like. I know what the name Oliver Twixt have done and can do. I don't require validation from anyone else besides me. Every day I look in the mirror, I am extremely proud of what God has made. I mean, that sounds good, but it's like, it's a bunch of BS. I asked him a question, and this was my follow-up question. This is it. Do you feel like T.S. Madison have given you more recognition? Listen to what Oliver said. That's enough for today, Wiley. I play with you enough. Good luck to you and all that you do. I watched a little bit yesterday, and you are still a hoot. Aggravating yet a hoot. That's the question. See, put them back on the screen. I don't play these games. Answer the damn question. See, Oliver is playing these games because he's creating a narrative about T.S. Madison. So while I was asleep and recovering, I get a phone call on this phone. There's only like one person got this phone number. This is my troll number. Don't nobody have this phone number. Only about one person. And when this one person called, oh, okay, what's going on? So I wake up in the morning to screenshots, to messages on Instagram, to messages on X, to messages everywhere, like, are you asleep? Get up, blah, blah, blah. So what? So they said they said Tasha K. Listen about narratives. Tasha K stole your idea. Do you see this thievery? She's a thief. Then they showed me Peaches message. Peaches message. Y'all excuse them. They do this when I get in my deep thought. Peaches said, this is this the two man and a lady? This is the two man and a lady. This is Peaches. And I'm looking at this. And then I got myself together. And I went out and I got in whatever with the bathroom, clean my face, whatever the case may be, to start like the day. Still not feeling my best. But I said, ooh, okay. So then I sat at the computer, go live on Station Day Instagram. And then they said T.S. Madison went live in the morning. And she addressed Couture Bay. She addressed King Jives. She dragged Tasha K. She dragged Couture Bay. She dragged King Jives. I was like, okay, all right. Okay. So I told the person, anybody that follow me, send me the timestamp because I can't run to what you say. I need to hear I need to hear it for myself. So I get up, they send me the timestamp. I play it on Station Head. I'm listening to it. Tasha K or Unwind with Tasha K YouTube channel. There is King Jives. There is Couture Bay in the middle. There is Official King Pain. And I'm in my bed, in the chair, like about to listening to each panel member. And the first thought that crossed my mind was, this is good for the culture. Let me tell you why. For a long time, creators that were coming up, unless they had a certain amount of followers, would never get a seat at the table. When we started Two Man and a Lady, the reason why we started it, because there was no room for other creators to like work together. It was so much competition. And then when you reach out to the bigger creators that had, 100,000, 50,000, 40,000, they don't answer your messages. So I said, I don't want to be that type of person. Let's start now creating a space for creators to come together and to do videos together. Let's create this particular space. Let's do a show and create this particular space. Hey, attorney, I'm live right now. I'm live right now. You want me to call you back? Because I had called you yesterday. Because I know you was busy. Yeah, I'm gonna call you back when I'm done for that to see when is you free in your schedule. Because I have the next 3 days free. I'm gonna call you back after that. I got another hour or so. All right, thank you, sir. Bye bye. All right, that's my attorney friend. Anyway, so I said they never given people an opportunity in this particular sector. I saw in the B sector, and I saw how great creators can work together. I saw how, VS did a show, The Mess Express, and how the Gentleman's Panel was doing their thing, but then everybody didn't want to be, it didn't all that stopped. And then they didn't want to work with Wiley or whatever. And I said, okay, fine. I'll create my own space where we get these particular people. Why are we trying to act like this a gang or something, like whatever? So I get on my channel and I say, hey, I want to start my own panel show. Let me start my own panel show. So we decided to start Two Man and a Lady. At first, people said, call it Wiley. I said, I don't want to put my name on it because I want people to think I'm doing it. Like that. So let's do Two Man and just like, how about Two Man and a Lady? I said, perfect. We'll do Two Man and a Lady. So we did Two Man and a Lady on the first inaugural show, the first season. It was 7 stars. It was Storm Monroe and myself. And to Storm Monroe credit, we wanted somebody, a bigger creator on the entity, so creators like myself and Seven or whomever can look at that and say, oh my God, one day you can be like that, and have that. Everything was working good. Everything was great between Storm, myself, and Seven. Everything was good. Then I get a phone call from Storm. He calls me. He said he can't do Two Man and a Lady. For his idea, he said it was because of another YouTuber or whatever the case may be. Okay. But I knew the real story. I knew, and I assumed, because I didn't talk to Tasha, I assumed that it was because of Tasha. I said, okay, brother, that's fine. Do you, whatever, fine, great. Then was the sneaky stuff that I've noticed, and it was crazy. But I said, okay, we do a Two Man and a Lady, Seven, myself, and we could just try to do it. Seven said she couldn't do it anymore because of her work schedule. So went back to the drawing board. Then we brought other entities, other women on the show, other men on the show. We just trying to see for the 3 panel because I always had a goal and a vision that this show could work. We just need the 3 panelists, right? So we saw another creator because I'm always gonna be looking like who I can work because I want this show to work, right? So I see Katie Talk 101. I'm just on the internet. I see Katie Talk 101. I saw something special about Katie Talk 101 at that particular time. She was talking about stuff that was going on in her hometown. So I want to work with this woman. So I called her. I reached out to her. She come on the show. Katie Talk 101. And we started working together. Then I saw Conscious. I liked his vibe. I liked him being a Scorpio. I liked that he disagreed with me about T.S. Madison, etc. He would say, get out of the B sector, stop beefing. Everything that he's telling me to stop doing, he's doing it right now. But anyway, I liked him. I liked him saying big words. I liked that he was controversial. I liked what he was doing. So I said, brother, let's work together. But we started working together for whatever the case may be. Larry Reed and his pedo allegations, I knew him and Larry fell out because of his pedo allegations. I withdrew my support, and I knew that was the end of the Conscious relationship. And then other stuff with Conscious did. But it was the end of that. So I said, well, I still want to bring the show back. Because it's a once a week show on Thursdays. I want to bring the show back. So go back to the drawing board. I said, we're going to bring the show back. So then we said, we're going to audition for Two Man and a Lady. Because I know I am a platform that everybody watch and take from. We had Miss Barbara. I said, she's another gifted woman. I like Miss Barbara. And I said, I can work with her. I think people need to see her. So we got her. We talked to her. Baby, she started putting on wigs. She started putting on makeup. Everything was fine. But I knew it wasn't going to work because she was hanging around with King and them and Conscious and them. So I knew they was going to, it's fine with me, but I knew she ain't strong enough to handle it. They're going to get jealous. They said, don't say Wiley's name and blah, 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 blah. And she was unhinged, which is great for TV. They did exactly. It cussed the lady out, got mad at the lady because she was over here with Wiley. So I was like, okay. All right. It was her. We was going to put AT2 on the show, myself, and Miss Barbara. I said, this panel could actually work. But due to the fact AT2 and I, unfortunately, because what he was doing about Monica, I said, this is not going to work. Because when he dragged Monica, and when he wanted to be a fan of Monica, and we bringing Monica name up all about the tea. This is a beautiful sister, my friend. And when he dragged Monica, but he didn't tell people I was a fan of Monica all about the tea. But once he saw Monica was getting dragged by her panelist members, he decided, I want to drag Monica. So he decided to go on this hate campaign, do funerals for Monica, to destroy Monica's career. So I could not work with him knowing when I was aware, I said, this is not a good look, because why would you do that to Monica? And when Monica did not do anything bad to you. Let me speak about Monica. And then we go back to all these entities with these panel shows. Monica had a panel show. It was so successful, 100,000, 200,000. They was reaching hundreds of thousands of views. And all these panel members was on the show. And you know why that show is still on the air now? Because they allow the viewers to get in their head. The viewers got in their head, and they all turned against Monica. And Monica was hurt. I saw right through it because I saw that it was the people, it was the followers, it was the fans that, oh, you the star, you can do it on your own. No, baby, it's the panel show is what makes it. You're not a solo act. So they got in that woman's head, had to be the solo act. She went, did her own thing, trashed Monica, went on this whole sympathy tour. Guess what? That it only lasts about 2 months. None of these panel members are on YouTube. Monica is still making money. More money now than she ever made because she got a thriving website. All about the tea, a thriving website. So this is where you got to be careful how you move. You cannot move emotional. You cannot move on your emotions. I've done it and it ends bad. You can't move on emotions. Somebody got to be sober-minded and level-headed here. So when I saw when Monica went through it, I did laugh. I learned from it because I said, how can I learn from this situation and understand that we cannot allow the public to sway that. And many people talk about Monica, but that woman was there for me. So in many cases with Monica and I talked about private information, never went out publicly. Number 2, she was there for me at my lowest. Number 3, she was a helper of this platform, encouraging me and etc. And many people said we won't last a year, and it's going on about 3-4 years. We have worked together, etc. Monica put me in a room with Buffy and with other people, and it just have been thriving. Like, she showed me other topics other than what we were talking about at the time, and I thank her for that. Monica was very vocal for my website. She helped me get it. She helped me grow it. She helped me build it. She was a massive behind the scenes help. Didn't want a dime, didn't want nothing. She just wanted to help me because I was there for her. And she was, and the relationship was great. And there was some things I was able to help her with. And so that's why the public don't know. So when it comes to that particular panel show, because like people say, "Oh, I wasn't in my best headspace, but I still was trying to entertain." But Monica was there. Monica called me on that particular episode. She said, "Well, why did you fall asleep?" I told Monica. I said, "Because I'm on this medication, and this medication got me drowsy. It makes me lose interest in things." She said, "Okay." And it just makes me lose interest. Then I was telling her, how difficult it is to switch the medication, about the appointments. You just can't pull up. It's months in advance. You just can't do that. And so it was a lot that Monica have been there for me. And I thank her for giving me that space. And I thank God for that relationship. Relationship does matter. It really, really, really does. And so I thank God for that. But when it came to her panel show, I knew you allowed the public. They would have made more money together than separated. But they thought they were bigger than Monica, and they wasn't. Because if you were bigger than her, you would be big now. But you allowed the public to get in your head and to end something that was good. Nothing is perfect. Nobody is perfect. But you got to wait. Is this right to just jump ship or continue to ride this ship? They should have continued to run, in my humble opinion, to continue to stay on it. Now, when it comes to Tasha K and it comes to this particular case, I do want to say this because people in the chat were sending me messages and all over. People are just going to send you information. They're going to send you narratives. It's up to you to what narrative or what side you're going to pick. Number one, when we created Two Man and Lady, nobody was on a contract. It was just a handshake. Hey, man, let's get on the live because we want to see if the show can work. You know what I'm saying? So it was nothing like that. So for Couture Bay in particular, because people know that we're working together for Vegas, I think that she's getting a bad rep because people like mess. These folks ain't going to come to Vegas, but they love chaos. People thrive with chaos and mess. Couture Bay will be stupid not to work on Unwind with Tasha K platform. Anybody with good common sense will work on that particular platform. Why the hell not? That is to help your career. Official King Payne will be stupid not to work with Tasha K. Because these people talking about don't work with Tasha, she the ops. They ain't offering up their platform to these people. Now, the King Payne is different. I'm not going to drag Armon Wiggins because, King, I did see your statement that you said on that platform where Oliver didn't get paid and T.S. Madison didn't want Oliver to grow, and that's what people do. That you work in these people's shadows. Don't you play victim. That's a lie. And that's a good narrative they're trying to paint about Armon Wiggins, but it's not true. Let me tell you why. You have sat on Armon Wiggins, and give me a second. We're going to talk about it, Crystal. Just let me lay down the foundation. This is going to be a long video. You have sat on Armon Wiggins' platform for years, done music shows, and when you got on that platform, only thing for you to do is you repeated yourself over and over again and rarely did not offer anything. You didn't offer nothing. But you can't tell the world he didn't help me. That's a lie. I've seen you on this platform. I've seen him help you with your set. I've seen him do it. You can lie to these other people that don't know, they didn't watch because they didn't get that many views because you were on it. No shade. But I was watching. So for you to try to paint this narrative, yeah, T.S. Madison, yeah, she don't want Oliver to grow. That's a lie. And Oliver was dangerous because Oliver ain't telling the whole truth. He didn't tell the people that T.S. Madison went on her platform and she said, hey, I shouted Oliver out. I thank Oliver. We went and checked the facts. She did exactly that. I just think for Oliver and Armand have said it, and we both agree on this, Oliver wanted to be the main character. He did not want to be the supporting cast. He did not want to be he wanted to be the main character. If you know anything about Oliver, he wanted to be the main character so bad that he worked for Chase and Nana for free. He wanted that bad. He wanted that bad. And when people want it bad, they would do anything to get it. He wants to be the main character. And it's okay. But don't present this idea that we don't talk about. Then we asked Oliver, we said, Oliver, I left him the voice. So he said, Wiley, I've already said I've given you enough. If I choose to share more, I will on my own channel take what you get and leave me alone. Now, so I hear what you're saying. That's Oliver. He does that. He gonna paint this beautiful picture, this narrative, or whatever. But my thing is, when you paint that narrative, show me receipts that you wrote what T.S. Madison have said. Because Oliver, show me evidence that you wrote what that lady said out of her lips. Because T.S. Madison came out verbatim and said, I said it out of my own dorm. I did this. It was me. I said it out of my mouth. Nobody put nothing on a piece of paper and told me to read it. Now, somebody lying. Either T.S. Madison lied or Oliver is lying. But Oliver, to me, is that you said this, then you trying to run from it. No, baby, keep talking. Keep talking, baby. Why do you want to run now? You didn't talk about this on your YouTube channel. You talked about it on your Twitter account, and it was because of the Wiley Show and my influence that I made it. Let's put it out there to the world. To the end, nobody would have talked about it. It would have stayed on Instagram. Because one thing I do have is the gay network in Atlanta. I know how to send it to the gays. So me sending it to them is going to get back to Maddie. Then I know how to send it to people that's connected to the gays that don't like Maddie. I know how to just send it to people behind the scenes. And we send it to them behind the scenes. And when we send it to the people behind the scenes, this one I knew that we're going to see who's going to take the bait. And they took it. T.S. Madison responded 24 hours later. Armon responded that day. Because it was that damn good. Because nobody cared about it. But I made them care about these particular individuals. Just like when Couture Bay and I worked together, many people, including Milagro, oh, she's working with Wiley. You didn't have to bring me into it. I already said don't bring me into it. People were bringing Couture Bay into situations concerning me bringing her in it. That doesn't make any sense. That's crazy. But that's what people do because it is power when you're on a platform that is growing. It is power. You want that type of reaction because it is a growing platform. If it wasn't a growing platform, nobody would talk about it. Baby, people going to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. They're going to talk about it. So when she worked with us and we did the flyer, I said, this is great because I think we need more of this. She's an incredible creator. And we don't always agree. You don't want people to always agree with you. That makes boring content. I like people that are different. So she came on the show, and I got who else? I got North Carolina. I say, I want you on the show. Let's do a panel show. Let's do a 2-man and a lady. I said, this would be great. I said, let's just see if it'll work. You know what I'm saying? See if it worked. Because there's other ideas I'm not going to get into at this particular time. But I said, let's try to do 6 or 7 episodes. So when I went to Tasha K platform, I read under there that she said she's going to do a panel every Tuesday and Thursday, a panel show. It is not. In the messages she said, keep watching because you may see your favorite YouTuber on the show. I think it's great. I think that's an awesome concept. I think it's a great concept. I think it's good. But then T.S. Madison said something. Then she came out. Then she dragged Couture Bay. Then she dragged King Jives. She said King Jives don't need to do it. Yes, he do. King Jives been suffering. He's been living in the shadows of Larry Reed. See, when these people do talking, these people are suffering. His mama in prison. He don't got her to scam for him anymore. He can't really be screwing man to be an escort like he was doing back in the day because he got his nieces and nephews living in the house. And he can't really be doing that scamming because if he go down, his nieces and nephews go back to the state. So he needs this. He ain't the King Jives that he was back in the day. When Larry Reed thrived, he dethroned King Jives in the church sector. So, and Larry just became this massive brand. He got one thing about King that Larry had over King was his strong spiritual, financial relationships. He had it, and King didn't. So he needs this Tasha K moment. I also feel like when he was on the panel, I felt like he tried to keep that T.S. Madison relationship. It ain't gonna work, baby. Don't even bring it up. Don't even do it if you can't go and drag. And then you still got dragged by T.S. Madison because she said you shouldn't be hanging out with my ops, and we hang out. But these people don't care about that. They care about, King Jobs in particular, care about, having that big moment. I think that he's going to regret it because Tasha K is not that reliable with creators. She's just not. So are you willing to risk a relationship with T.S. Madison where you can get more out of T.S. Madison? Or you're going to put all that in for the support of Tasha K? You better ask Avantray. Because you got to be careful. For King Jives, he should have stuck with Maddie. Because you would have made more money with T.S. Madison. I also feel like the comments that he made, you should have called T.S. Madison and said, hey, T.S. Madison, is it true that you didn't pay Oliver? Because that's a narrative if that he didn't get paid any royalties. But we know why he didn't get paid any royalties, because according to T.S. Madison, she said, hey, he's not owing royalties. His invoices was paid. Now I go back to Oliver once we get in her side, Oliver's side. Now he telling me whenever I'm ready to share, I share it on my YouTube channel, which will probably come out later today or tomorrow. But Oliver got to understand that you're going to destroy a relationship with T.S. Madison to prove a point. And if the T.S. Madison tell these people that you're difficult to work with and you messy, they're going to stop taking your phone calls. She will blackball you. Last time I checked, Lee Daniels is a friend. Okay. What did he do to Monique? Okay. So I think you should caution. Because if word get out that you are going to share private information, people will shut that door. You will starve out in them streets. I think personally, because you're not being honest, what did T.S. Madison do? Because you're telling me in these messages that we don't have all the facts. Okay, give us all the facts. I'm tired of these queens up there, they share crap, and then they be like, y'all don't got all the information. Well, give us all the information then. We ain't no secret mind readers. Give us all the information. Give us the information. Stop having us assume if you got it, give it to us. Because you shouldn't have said nothing. Give us all the information. Because T.S. Madison said, listen, I'm going to address this. I don't owe anybody nothing. The reason why I don't, because I did the same. I said what I said. That's how I was able to close on my $1.5 million home and remodel it, etc. She was talking about this. She said, when I was on script, y'all didn't like it because y'all said Bros was boring and it flopped, but I still get checks from Bros. Yes, you still going to get checks. Did it consider to be a flop according to the movie critics? Yes. Even the director said the straight folks, y'all abandoned the movie. I don't know why he talking about straight people. It wasn't a straight movie. It was a gay movie. And it was a white gay movie. It would have done better if it was in the premise of black folks. It would have done better because the church would have dragged it. It would have just done better. With a better cast and black actors in action, it would have done better. You could have kept T.S. Madison in there. It would have done better if it was black. Everything they talked about, reverse it to Jack, reverse it to Black, Bush Queen, Thugs, Trade. It would have done much, 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 much better than that movie. Great idea, but the wrong demographic. Should have been black folks. Anyway, I watched the movie. I said it flopped. I was the only one in the theater. Now, when it came to TS Madison, she said, but I still get checks because Bros is still on Peacock. Bros is on this entity. They still get residuals. And so she ain't lying about that. She made good business. So, but still with TS Madison, have to understand, we still going to criticize you because you criticize people on your show. Stop thinking because you came from the street corners that you're exempt of being criticized. No, you're going to be criticized. You cannot think everybody's going to love you. And the reason why she have a problem with black women, some black women, is because she said a lot of nasty stuff about black women. So it's to be easier to come, to paint that narrative. But I'm glad that she responded to Oliver. I'm glad that she said Oliver can call me now for the moment, until he can't. Pretty much, she said, Oliver, you on thin ice. I'm about to cut you off, and I'm done with you. And I think Oliver needs to understand all of them opportunities that you got is because of T.S. Madison. No shade. It's because T.S. Madison. You was able to leverage those people that work with T.S. Madison. You was able to gain from that. Even in Maddie in the Morning, you still in the previews. It's in the mix. I just think that with Oliver, just like more writers, songwriters that, major stars, because they want to be a star and it never could happen for them, they battle with that. I believe Oliver is a better behind the scenes guy instead of a front of the camera guy. I believe it. I don't think he want to understand that Oliver is very talented. He just don't got that particular look for the main stage. For whatever reason, he don't. And he does a damn good job. He's for editing, but you don't know the editor. The editor is not famous. It's hard. Like, I think right now, they're now going to give credit to like casting agents or casting people, top casting agency, an award for people that cast movies. For a long time, people didn't care about the casting agency. So people don't really care about editors like that. They don't. Even though they supposed to get their recognition, they are part of the product, they don't really care about it. They just care about the main character. And if you do your job right, you will not be in the forefront. But it's up to that particular person to give you your recognition. And she did exactly that. Now, it is still we don't know that what from Oliver, I gave my perspective, but what did he feel happened? We don't know until he share. And he will share one day. He's gonna monetize some of it. So it is what it is. Now, when it came to T.S. Madison criticizing Tasha K, I understand that she don't like Tasha K. Tasha K is very smart. She dragged. She used this panel show to mention T.S. Madison, Larry Reid. I think it's great. And for any creator that work on there, I think it's awesome. I will never discredit those creators that want to work with Tasha K. I believe Tasha K, as long as you do what you're told by Tasha, as long as you expand her narratives, as long as you don't challenge Tasha K, you will thrive. The moment you challenge her authority, the moment you disagree with her, the moment the public is on your side, there will be a problem. Because when we were on the app, many people forget this. We were on the app and I challenged Tasha K for what she said. She said something about gay people, about women can be gay, but men, it's different with men and women. I said, respectfully, Tasha K, I disagree. If a woman eat yoni and say that she's straight, then we must give the same courtesy to a man if he suck a massage and say he's straight. What is the damn difference? If we are allowing, listen, I'm on Tasha K Live app. This before Bondi Blue. This before Bondi Blue. I'm on the app. I challenge her authority. And then maybe like the next week or so, I'm on the app. So I say, bring Wiley on, I come on the app, because you got to be invited. He go, Chelsea. Wiley, I feel like you don't like Tasha K. Just dragging me. And Tasha K act like a deer in headlights. She didn't know what was going on. And she knew everything. And that's what I coined the phrase for Chelsea, and it's still stuck with her today. The employee. You the employee, shut up and make coffee. It was an ambush. So when I was ambushed because she didn't like that I challenged her authority. But if you want Wiley, do you want the Wiley show or do you want a Wiley pet? And I'm not going to be your pet. You don't pay enough for that. So many people say they want to work with you unless you. And then I will never forget. Oh, baby, we gonna talk about it, child. I remember we was on Clubhouse. It was Tasha, Chelsea, myself. I'm not gonna say Jasmine. Jasmine was there because she was the moderator, and some other people. It was a conversation mentioned about Armon Wiggins' father and mother came up. Yeah, don't get quiet now, Wiley. Tell us about it. She wanted me to drag this man's parents. I refuse. Nope. I'm not doing it. Don't get quiet now, that nook. That's how she could. Nook. I said, excuse me, who she? I had to get off. I said, oh, I gotta go. I had to get off the line because I'm about to cuss this woman out. Well, you out of order. I'm gonna put my foot down like your husband should have did. So I got off because you're not gonna use me to trash this man's parents. You do it. So I got off the air, and that's what I knew. It's just not going to work. But she will dangle this carrot. Oh, Wiley, I want to bring you to Atlanta. I want to bring you, work with you. She said this out of her mouth. And then she didn't know we was going to get to Atlanta. I guess she thought Atlanta was in Africa with her son. We're in Atlanta to go see Monique. And Tasha, oh yeah, you in Atlanta, Wiley, you know we got to work together. We got to do the podcast together. We got to do this together. We got to work off the street. Yeah, I'm going to send you. She sent me her address. And I asked her, can I bring my moderator? I just asked. Either yes or, oh. Unless is y'all screwing? Is you screwing? What the world does that got to do with it if we is screwing? What that got to do? I'm asking I bring. No, these people in my house. Baby, you got everybody in your house. Anyway. So then she called and she said, got to cancel. My son is sick. My son got blah, blah, blah. And that's what I knew. I said, this woman, you can't trust her. She's a liar. Anytime that you put that your son is in the hospital up the tube, you can't be trusted. You can't trust the woman. And I told Dove, I said, listen, we just gonna go to the thing because you know it wasn't me. Went to Vegas and we had an amazing. I'm sorry, not Vegas. We had an amazing time in Atlanta. That's just my relationship with Tasha. That's my dynamic, but that's not everybody's story with Tasha K. Maybe everybody's story different. I'm talking about my story, my history with this woman. That she cannot be trusted. She's fine. I got to say this. Somebody better hear this message. She's fine when you beneath her. But let you start outshining her, she gonna end it. She fine with you under her. When you try to outshine her, that ain't gonna last long. Let you do her live show on stage. And everybody laughed. We want an encore. We want an encore. Then she go, it's booze. That relationship gonna end with you. She gonna come with narratives. That's Tasha K. Prove me wrong. I've been in this business too long. I know how this woman operates. She's fine when you under her. You hit that stage, you get all them applause. We want Wiley. We want Wiley. We want Wiley. And it's just raw. And then she go in this crickets. That's gonna bruise her ego. That's going to bruise her ego. She fine having people beneath her to help her bottom line. But if you start outshining her, and if you start getting exclusive in it, let's talk about it. Because you got to understand a person. Look what she did with Storm. She was fine when she thought Storm was slow, down low, a geek, an outcast, weird. And she said, I like all the geeks. I like the nerds. I like the nerd. Made this man feel like he was just stupid. Then Storm interviewed Jack Rawright. The interview went quadruple viral. Interview went so viral, I was in my two-door car at the time, and I'm hearing Storm Monroe and Jaguar Wright on DD in the morning in Dallas. That's how powerful that moment was for Storm. Then the dynamic shifted because the mentee outgrew the mentor in a matter of 2 days. And it wasn't because she just went to his channel first. That's a lie. She been talking forever. It was just magic when she went on Storm. And that relationship ain't been the same since. So, a true mentor would have been proud. Oh, baby. That one that she was, her ego was bruised. She couldn't handle that. That was too big. And she tried to reduplicate it. It did not even touch the surface the way when Storm interviewed Jaguar Wright. It got millions. And every time Jag worked with Storm, it's like eating peanut butter and jelly and cold milk. It bruised that woman's ego. She couldn't handle it. It bruised her ego. I said it to people. I knew how messy Chelsea was behind the scenes, how they played in my face. Oh, baby, I knew it. I knew that they was going to drag Larry Reed. Baby, they had the plan. I was working at a job in Dallas. I was in the break room. And Chelsea on the 3, Chelsea on the 3 went, why would Armon say that I was going to work with Larry Reed? No, let me tell you, I ain't going to work with no Armon Wiggins. My husband going to beat him, blah, 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 blah. And the pastor, he shouldn't be saying I come after him. Oh, let me take that back. See, let me keep quiet. They was planning to destroy Larry Reed because Larry was telling Armon stuff. And Armon shared this because he's going to tell me publicly. Yeah, while you weren't on that phone call, she wanted me to fly down to Larry Reed house. Larry Reed house, and we was gonna get it in the basement. Now I don't know if they was gonna just do videos only, because you ain't talking about going to a dookie dungeon. I don't know if they were just gonna do videos only, but you going to a dookie dungeon, the same basement and studio where Vincent was getting his back blown in. Let's make that perfectly clear. But Larry Reed was going to book Tasha K and Armon. They was going to come in the basement and have a conversation. Armon have to run to Wiley and say, you wasn't on that phone call. Did you get invited? Chelsea wasn't aware of it. We both was on the outside. Chelsea was like, I book all the flights. I book all that. I know if anything happened. She didn't know. I didn't know. Tasha knew it all. Armon knew it all. But they were playing in our face. But you didn't play in my face because I know game, baby. I know game. I'm not stupid. That man ain't just saying that on his neck. Y'all having private conversations. It is what it is, child. And I understand Brother King. I get it. I understand it. I'm not stupid to it. But to Armon Wiggins, to what that brother is going to say, I don't need you working with these people after me. These people didn't give a F about you until we fell out. Then we'll bring you on. I know how Armon gonna operate. Armon not even gonna respond to it. And if you do, it's just more success for him. King upset because you're throwing out shots with Armon. Armon could have still worked. And the gag is he can still work with Tasha K. He could just call it. Be like, hey, sus, let's work together. Let's do a show together. And she'll work with him fast, quick, and hurry. Don't you be dumb and stupid. She'll let y'all sit and criticize Armon, dog him out, and still work with that man. And don't give a damn if you like it or not, because she'll say it's my platform, is what's best for business. Is that Armon Wiggins don't want to work with her for whatever reason. But to King, I think is a great opportunity for him because you ended the relationship with Armon Wiggins. You felt like you can grow further with other entities. Go right ahead and do it. So go right ahead and do it. I get it. They all be on the phone with each other. They be texting, calling, sending people my way, sending their people my way. I get it, child. Go ahead and do it. Because I know for a fact Armon still talk to Tasha. I know because he still say it. So I'm not dumb. I'm not stupid here. The thing for King and for Armon Wiggins, and the thing for King, this I got to say. And I'm messy, but I'm going to say it. King, you on this lady platform. Now, you interviewed the guy from Trinidad. This woman shared that on her backup platform. If she was truly your friend, why didn't she share it on the main platform, shared a piece of it, and told her followers to go watch it and have Peaches to drop the link? Why did Peaches, and I'm going to mention her name because the homegirl want to be messy. I'm going to be messy back with you, you wide, low whale. Why in the world she telling the people, well, go follow Couture Bay, go follow King Jive. This is their YouTube channel. Why not drop their YouTube link, stupid? Or did you not get permission from Tasha K? Why are you not dropping these people links in the chat? I wait. Why do they have to physically type in the person name in the search engine? I wait. Why did you, Peaches, you the head moderator in charge, why didn't you post a link in the chat? Since you want to be messy, since you want to mention my platform, you double agent, go right ahead, eat another double cheeseburger. I know it's hitting your pockets hard because the inflation is high and them double cheeseburgers is very expensive. I know you're watching right now at your desk with them headphones, eating French fries and a large Sprite, and you got Uber Eats chicken tenders on the way to your house. I get it. Only thing you have is the internet. You ain't got no man, and he ain't eating the box. He can't even find the box. So my question, why are they links not shared in the live chat? See, if you really want to help content creators, can you drop my link? Why y'all not dropping my Cash App? I'll wait. Because Peaches, you are a double agent. And you know why and I don't, while we go to a talk, because you sent Tasha K my Zoom information. And I'm going to tell you why. I sent it to you before I sent it to the members only. And you sent it to Tasha, and Tasha showed up in the Zoom with her real name, with Tasha K. And everybody in the chat noticed it. Wait a minute, is this Tasha K? Tasha? And then she's like, oh, I didn't use my troll name. We ain't stupid over here. I called you a double agent. And I stand on it. And he gonna Peaches, breathing heavy. Let me tell you what. Get your ass sit down, you double agent. You know you was a double agent. I had what was that name? That black woman? She was over there moderating for Tasha K, that black woman. Oh, she was in the military. What, that black woman? She was in the military. And something happened to her in the military, that weird voice. She the one that came and told me the tea about Peaches. What was that woman name? She's forgetful because she ain't doing nothing. What is that woman name that came over here and sent me the proof that Peaches was the double agent, opinionated with a side of shade? That woman called me. Hey, Wally, they removed me, crying, hurt. Husband thing, don't get up. She called me, showed me the evidence of Peaches. Then Tasha talked truth, sent me some evidence about Peaches. Peaches! They said her name directly. Opinionated was begging to be an employee over there. Now, mind you, opinionated donate. You don't get paid to moderate. She'll look. And opinionated shared the information with me, and I blasted it into the world. I didn't want Wiley to share with the world. And what did opinionated do? She went to Armon Wiggins. She went to Armon Wiggins. I knew that because she thought, and Armon thought, people was going to turn against me by bringing a psycho woman opinionated. Brought her to the station head. This one, his station head was popping. Then opinionated got dragged by Milagro Graham's audience. Armon wanted them to drag me. They said, screw that. She donated to Wiley. Don't trust her. She evil. She's a pick-me. They dragged that woman. Y'all gotta understand, forget that. Listen to what she's saying. They didn't care. She messy. She messy. And Armon talking about she donated to Wiley. She and other people have donated to Wiley. And they will not stop donating to the Wiley Show. And while you're at it, reach down in your pocketbook and contribute to the Wiley Show because we need all the coins. Okay? Cash out $ Marquis Swallow 28. Zelle Wiley Show at gmail.com. Make sure because we need all the coins, baby. And then Peaches donated some money to Armon. Nice piece of change. That man went to the crack house. Booger Sugar house. Start sniffing with the island boy from Bobby Light show. Start sniffing it with Bobby Lights. Getting into car accidents. Stuff leaking out of his nose. With your money. Yeah, with your money. Stuff started leaking out of his nose. He spent it with opinionated with a side of shade. I said a side of dust, a side of wrinkles, a side of sadness, a side of pick me, a side of a husband thing don't work. That was that side of messiness. So, my dear sister said, so Wiley, when are you going to be on the panel? Because we know you're going to hop over there too. Stop playing. I hear what you're saying, Miss Wright. If it makes sense, I'm all game. If it makes sense, I'm all game for it. I will never say I will not do. I never said that. We tried to work with her, Miss Wright. Listen to the story. We was in Atlanta. That woman lied. And then she dogged me to Storm. She trashed me to these people, and Storm told me. Now, I don't got respect for people when y'all fall out. Then y'all tell me the tea. But the only person that told me the truth, because we already fell out, was my favorite celebrity. That's why I respect her. He told me how she felt about me. She told me that. And I go back to how we got a relationship with Tasha K, got her on the platform. It's because Armon accused her of being a thief. Go back to season 1, episode 1 of Tasha K and Wiley open relationship. You got to go back to season 1, episode 1 of Wiley and Tasha K open relationship. I remember the day she came. Hey, Wiley, I see you sent me a message. You're so talented. And I called into your show and I'd seen your emails. And then it was VS. Why? This before she went to prison. It was VS, myself, and Tasha. Tasha and I was talking. Then Armon called in. I could do a press tour too, you B. Cussing. No, we didn't cuss on YouTube, right? It was VS. It was VS that stood up and said, don't you be disrespectful to Wiley. Why are you being disrespectful? Who are you, B? It was cussing VS out. And I could do a press tour too, and B. Then Armon Wiggins' boyfriend called in. He called in too. I know that man's voice. Got a beautiful voice. Very submissive. Pops called in. So we had a relationship. But it was because she thought, because I dragged Armon Wiggins, I dragged him heavy. She thought, I can use Wiley, he's stupid, to drag Armon Wiggins. And what did Tasha K do? You know who I want to mentor next? Wiley. Oh, I like Wiley. And this is what I knew. The husband was just manipulative, just like the wife. Oh, I'm such a fan of you, Wiley show. I love your show. I love your show so much, so much, so much. I want to go home. I'm such a whole fan of you, Wiley. You know, he was the whole fan of the Wiley show. So I'm like, okay, they bad me up. Oh, Wiley, we're going to send you a laptop. Oh, Wiley. Oh, we're going to send you a laptop. It was her husband. Give me your address and we're going to send you a laptop. So he sent it. He sent, not a laptop, I'm so sorry. He sent a camera. And he sent it. Because I guess we're going to buy him a camera. We're going to put him on the payroll. This is it. He's going to drag her around. I was like, no, this ain't enough. Because once I found out from Storm, because this is Armon Wiggins, they paint this man wall. They gave his mama a bed. They bought him an apartment, paid his credit card bills, gave him socks, drawers, and clothes and stuff. I said, I want that Storm and Roll package. And then Storm said, do you know what come with that package? Do you know what you got to do? Yes. You got to take your clothes off and defend the highest Latasha Kibi. You got to defend the highest. I didn't mind defending the highest. But I need something out of the deal. I just can't do it with a camera. It didn't even teach me how to use the camera. So the camera was collecting dust. And then one day I was in my Uber and I met a woman that taught me how to use the camera and connect it right. And it's been working ever since for the Dallas studio. So back to the whole Tasha K piece. I just talk about it as an entertainment factor. We're going to open up the phone lines to allow you all to call in, child. As the entertainment factor. That's it. I'm not saying this as a thing to make anybody feel bad. I talk about this entertainment factor because this is all entertainment to me. This is all what it is. It's here to entertain you guys for this. So we're going to open up the phone lines and allow you all to call in. But I love each and every one of y'all for y'all massive support, for y'all support that y'all have been supporting us forever. This is entertainment. I don't take this stuff personal. What I do, I just make comment out of it and we move on. Because why in the world would I take something so personal, and for what? It doesn't make any sense to take this stuff personal. Because if you'd be taking this stuff personal and taking sides, and then 3 weeks later, the side is all flip-flopping and they all fell out with each other. You have to take a stand of the reason why it does not bother me with Tasha K doing a panel. I know how she operates. She do messy stuff as a shock value to get girls talking about her. I know this from Tasha. I've listened to Tasha K's show. I was in Tasha K part of her app there and defending her app. And she called me. She said, "You know what, Wiley, we're going to put you on the app for free." And I told Tasha K, I said, "No, I don't want to be on the app for free. I am a fan, because I don't want you to say I put you on the app free." Tasha don't like that because she wants you to get stuff for free so she can say, "I'm using Wiley." Oh no, Wiley, I gave Wiley something. No, you didn't. I did that app, defended it, promoted it, and still paid for that $12.99 every month. And then one day, when I got a message that I'm no longer on the app, it was canceled. Like, they weren't taking the money. It was done. They already took my money for that month, but I couldn't get my full month view. Tasha K got on Tasha K live platform and lied and said, "We only want Wiley. It's not that we don't want, we just not giving him a free platform." Why would you lie like that? You never gave me a free subscription to TashaKLive.com. Hey, you lied. And then this is why I don't respect that man. And she better be glad she ain't giving me a ticket to that Georgia show, because I'm going to have to talk to this man. You helping her lie. "Oh, yes, we let him be on it for free." No, you didn't. When I was on the app for free. Stop lying. And see, that's what Tasha K does. She didn't like that my people was like, "We done with her. Why would you do this?" Oh, he was on the app for free, chat, and the people was believing it. If you believe Tasha K giving away free subscription to the app, you a damn fool. She's in the business of making money. She's not in the business of letting you be on her app for free. But that's a great story, child. But it's just that a lie, fantasy, buffoonery. But go ahead. I just had to say that point. Couture Bay is on the platform. And first of all, I got to ask you about T.S. Madison, because this morning I woke up to Maddie in the morning. In the first 15 minutes of the show, she dragged you, called you a P word, that I don't like you. You got a gap in your mouth. She just hatred. She said all of that in the first 15 minutes of Maddie in the morning. And I'm like, wow. So I did watch with the Oliver, and I watched what you said about Oliver, and you pretty much said that he deserved to get paid. You got to do good business.
If he did write it like he said he did, and he's the reason why she is on the Beyonce, he deserves something. I mean, that's just me looking from the outside in. But what I said about T.S. Madison was not disparaging. I simply said, you're an Emmy winner. You got a Grammy. You have to move differently. If you're under the tutelage of Beyonce, act as Beyonce. Don't get up here in the chat. Like, we didn't have to dig for that. Everybody saw it. I saw it because I am a follower of WileyTheTroll.com. So I use them. I use them to talk to the Bay Squad with it. So to me, it's like you poured gasoline on something that literally nobody would have paid attention to. And now you're mad at me? Like, I didn't know she called me a gap tooth for real.
She did. She said in the first 15 minutes because she was responsible, because you were live on Tasha K channel for the panel. Yeah. We can get into that. So when she said it, I said, well, let me hear what she said. She with King Josh said, "You mess with my ops. I don't F with Tasha K, blah, blah, blah. And we work together, whatever. Y'all just spin a narrative because y'all don't like me." So I had to make sure she said it. That's why I went back. That's how I was like, okay, where's the time? They said in the first 15 minutes of the show. Now, mind you, she's still
dragged
live.
me. Producer,
So,
she dragged me.
Yeah. So if you go in the beginning of, she did. So I'm like, okay, well, let me hear what Couture Bay and what you said, because you're on the platform. I said, okay, let me see what you said. I believe that you piggyback on what Oliver, the narrative that he put out.
Yeah.
And I went to Oliver. I'm like, verbatim. She owe you recognition? Did you write that script? Oliver told me verbatim when we asked him on 2 voice, no questions. He said, Wiley, I've already said I've given you enough. If I choose to share more, I will on my own channel. My thing is, you're proving Armon Wiggins right, and that you're creating a narrative, that you're pretty much putting it out there without saying, I wrote the script. Answer the question.
Do you believe he wrote it, or do you believe like because Jive said he could he said he could or could not have. It doesn't matter.
I don't believe it. Unless he showed me proof.
Oh, okay.
Because you're talking about money, it's you that's a serious allegation. For Oliver, you got to, because she give you credit as being a graphic designer. But if you did write it, why are you saying Beyonce don't owe you anything? Because that's a damn lie. If you wrote it, she owe you everything.
He jumped to the last point. First things first, y'all get the likes up. Wiley is providing y'all with an amazing show right now. Nice. Secondly, I don't know what she's so offended by. It must be my beauty and my brains, because I simply said, if you're under the tutelage of Beyonce, you need to act accordingly. You got an Emmy, like literally got an Emmy, and nobody said anything about it except for you and myself. Let's be very clear. Not a lot of content creators thanked her. So when there's a time to drag, and I said it. I said, I'm careful what I say about T.S. Madison, because for some reason in her brain, I don't know if it's the hormones. I don't know if it's the jealousy. You know, being a rich bitch must be super hard. Excuse me. I'll definitely cash up you. I didn't mean to say that. But it must be extremely hard and difficult. I made a joke because Tasha K is a comedian. I said, maybe she used your money to buy that second house. That was funny. Like, loosen up. It
was like a joke, yeah. And let's be clear. And Tasha, T.S. Madison, she said, listen, all invoices was paid. But this is all back to Oliver. This is what he wants. He wants people to create that narrative. And he ain't putting a fire to it. T.S. Madison called him out on, now he's trying to piggyback. I put it on WileyTheTroll.com because nobody would have talked about it.
But because Oliver, you said you're the drag mother or the gay mother. Act as a parent, like it's given.
But but they have all. But let's be clear, Oliver and T.S. Matt have already severed. They have not been at a working relationship in months. I've known this and didn't much care about it because it's not. I need more to the story. I need Oliver to say something. So when Oliver,
do you think he was getting paid fairly?
I don't know. Absolutely not. No, I think he got the gay. I think he gave her the gay daughter, I'm your gay child package. Not what he's worth. Because what he's worth, the type of work he did, you talk about $5,000, $10,000, $15,000. Because she still used. Look how she accumulated, and that ain't even really. I'm talking about them type of invoices. I can guarantee them invoices was under $1,000.
Oh, wow!
Because you don't see the evolution for him, and see, this is for me speaking for being an Oliver fan. He's not. You still renting. You still in that 1-bedroom apartment with green grass. You didn't upgrade from renting to being a homeowner. You know what I'm saying? I'm just giving you facts here. And you was in tax debt for $1,000 to do a payment plan for the tax debt. So you know you're not bringing in enough type of money when you got to do a payment plan for your taxes, and you're still renting. I personally believe that he did not get his just due because he sells some shows. So typically people, they'll sell themselves short just to get something because they know people are not going to pay them type of price. And T.S. Madison not. She's a very cheap woman. But I also
How much she
feel
doesn't drag you because you ate her up yesterday.
I have to drag her. But the reason why she don't drag me back, I'm a hothead. It ain't gonna work. She drag women because women are more emotional. It fits. She's just not gonna. She know I'm not gonna play that. This woman is. She talks about me like Oliver in that basement. See, Oliver do all the time. He dragged me with T.S. in the basement. Who told me about that? Conscious. I'd be discussed in rooms. I'd be talked about.
That's crazy. My thing is, I feel like we ran a show. I did my job. I provided the funny. What did T.S. Madison want me to say? I gave humble advice. Even though I was being funny, I said, hey, T.S. Madison, you have an Emmy. You have a Grammy. What would make you go in the comments to say anything? Nobody would have put eyes on that situation had you not done that. And everybody got the screenshots. Like, I'm blocked by T.S. Madison, so I can't see none of it. This is the same person who told me to wrap around a tree, mind you. And all I said was, you would not be a good fit on Real Housewives of Atlanta. If that causes you some type of disdain, and I sent you the screenshots, Wiley, of her being nasty because I simply share what Calvin Meek said.
Yeah, and Dova, what was that? The black woman? Oh my God, Dova.
Who's Dova?
Jova. What is that black woman name? Is a
Jovi
Jovi Blue. Yeah, she dragged her too.
Why? Because you're jealous. She told us
dragged.
And this is to the producers. I could have really made a big deal about this heifer saying, suck my D-I-C-K. This is a trans woman who said this on Twitter. On Twitter, she said, suck my D-I-C-K. I said, whoa. And listen, you're not proving you're a woman by saying that. And I was like, I never came at you like that. I simply said I didn't feel you should be on Real Housewives of Atlanta. And you hopped in my chat, called me all types of BICCHs. and then said I was an Instacart worker. But why are you arguing with an Instacart worker?
She did say
Instacart workers chat.
Yeah.
Then you sent your weak Maddie mob to harass me. Just for me to take pictures with them at the Renaissance concert. How you feel? Dumb. Your own fans. Take a picture. Oh, you're so beautiful. T.S.
Madison. but that's how people are. And to Oliver and to T.S. Madison, plainly Oliver, he's using this moment to boost him up because he's tired of losing. Do you feel like Oliver want to be that girl?
Of course. Listen, nobody works for somebody and you were the talent, right? The unpaid talent, giving the ideas, the ingenuity, the creativity, doing all this stuff. And then all of a sudden they just disregard you after telling the world, this my gay daughter. I've seen it because you played the Killets a long time ago. Like someone saying that and then fast forward to now where you can argue in the chat and then you spend 15 minutes, as you say, dragging me and Jovi Beauty, natural born women. Why would you want to have a fight with us? This is an election year. Fools. The girls don't keep up at all. Don't worry. I'll make sure Governor Abbott is aware of this. But what was the point?
When she said that, I'm like, okay, this is something. I can tell. I feel like for T.S. Madison, it's like she says she's above us because she said Hollywood, the checks, whatever. But yet you're still responding to it, and that's going to be her downfall.
Her downfall is she's not trend worthy. She didn't trend when she won an Emmy. She didn't trend when she been doing whatever. She refused to talk about Larry Reid. I pay attention to the girls who are silent on the predators.
Yeah, she didn't say nothing about that because she have her own predatory behavior. Well, not predatory behavior. Well, it was rumors, but it was one man that came out and said that he was funded by T.S. Madison. He worked for All Queens Men. He got a very deep voice, and we post on waterthetroll.com.
I got it from
T.S. Madison under criminal investigation. And T.S. Madison was like, I'm not under no criminal investigation, the cockeyed demon, because she know I thrive off of that. But she read it.
Listen, she was like, I'm a sue. Sue for what? Because I shared what this man said. If I would have got more than
she said she was going. She said she brought her lawyer and psychic reader, her lawyer. We're gonna sue. I said, well, go ahead and sue. Then she brought her mama trying to use scriptures and blah blah blah. It's like, go right ahead. Y'all wasted. And then the mama was so nervous, she didn't know how to say LGBTQ. She was misquoting the scripture, bumping into the walls.
Look, like I get it, but you crying until your own family can call you T.S. Madison or Mandy or whatever, right? Nobody's gonna take you serious. I've never seen Laverne Cox family out here misgendering. She's not crying about her family not accepting her. That's you. You're mad because it must be somebody in her family or in her roots or something that look like me. And when I speak, it hits her to the core. I can't help you. When I told you to cry and you mentioned her, I didn't think you would still be caught up on what I had to say. Why are you caring about an Instacart worker? Because that's what you called me. She said she was a rich bitch just for, someone paraphrased it in the chat. They were like, well, she's saying she's not rich. So I said, oh, today she's not rich, because when she was coming for me, she was like, I'm a rich bitch. You could learn a thing or two. Baby, if I wanted to be a prostitute, trust me, I would not ask you. Okay.
So I feel like when T.S. Madison said this, I said, this is really entertaining. It was really entertaining, but let's be clear. Again, Oliver said what he said. But we're not shocked because everybody that been in T.S. Madison's circle, they all wanted to be a superstar. Craig, the writer, he wanted to be a book writer. Craig, I ain't gonna try to come for you, but I gotta come for you. He supposed to do a show. Never got picked up. Him and that Derek J, the big fat gay guy that do hair that was on Real Housewives.
Jay and him was supposed to do a show?
They were supposed to do a show. They taped the show. It was supposed to be on the network. It never showed the light of day.
Is that something they were supposed to do with Candy?
It was something where maybe Candy was supposed to be a producer, but they had taped it and everything, put money in everything. Never seen the light of day. Everybody in T.S. Madison's circle, including her mama, all want to be a celebrity. So it's hard, to Armon Wiggins' credit, it's hard when you have employees that want your position.
That's why you have to have people in you need a solid team. When I was over there, because I know you want to talk about the panel, when I was over there with Tasha K today and them, she has a team of people who do not want to be in the spotlight. They love behind the scenes. They're thankful with that. They're like real informative. And why we got to get us a social media team, because baby, we'll go so much further. It was so easy when you have people who understand their position. It is harder to work and get to work when you have people like the Olivers, the Craig the writers. What was the other one? The Chi.
Oh, Geo. She talked about Geo.
Oh my goodness.
Definitely Geo. Geo was the main one.
And it's like, I don't know if they poisoned the group, but it was like all of a sudden. But Kaya said it from the beginning. She said your circle ain't even tight. How you gonna tell me about anything? And I'm like, ooh, ciao.
Yeah, and that it's like great point. And let's pivot to Tasha K moment, because I woke up in the morning. I was asleep, under the weather or whatever. And I was like, okay, get up. And, people send so much information. Nothing is mainly mess. I wish that people would send Cash Apps and Zelle as fast as they send mess.
Amen.
Okay? But that's anybody. Baby, maybe I don't have to work sick, because I did work sick. And I just couldn't even, it was a mess. So I took some medicine because you know when you go and run into the toilet and blah 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 blah, you take medicine to stop. Anyway, so I get these messages and I said, "Oh, they're doing a panel," and I see a screenshot from Peaches with love. She said, "This is two man and a lady, or whatever the case may be." I said, "Okay, cool."
She
And
said
then
two
that's
men
when
and a lady.
Huh?
She said 2 men and a lady.
Yeah, that's what Peaches said.
Oh, see, I didn't know she said that.
Yeah, that's what Peaches said. So somebody sent me the screenshot. I was like, okay. So I was gonna watch the show, but my mind is still talking about T.S. Madison and Oliver. So when T.S. Madison was talking about it, she mentioned the panel, King Jives, yourself. She didn't mention King, and I watched the show, and I didn't. When I watched it, I couldn't watch it in its entirety. I just watched the segment about what y'all was saying about Oliver and T.S. Madison. And I know y'all mentioned the whole thing with King Jives and Larry and him doing it to Larry brother, King Jives, God brother, etc. So I said, this is great for the culture because I think people, I'm not stupid. They want this big fallout, and the big fallout for what is what I'm trying to understand. What is the mess for this? Couture Bay is a consecrated. We're not married. We're not in a contract marriage. We're not in a, you know what I'm saying? We're not married. I'm not her daddy.
He has to find me the perfect ring, guys, like he did.
Yeah, like I'm not married. Like I can understand we were married because you still gonna check with your husband. You know, and like, hey, husband, it's okay, but and me, I'm a secure man. Go get your money. This is great for the bottom line. I think the issue is so many weak people. They don't want nobody to work people. I don't believe like that. Armand,
you know what's crazy? I'm glad you said that. I put in, and honestly and truly, this is to the producers. I put in everybody's names that I thoroughly enjoyed. Now, Wiley, you know the people who I had issues with. I did not put their names in because why would I put you on and you talk mess about me? Why would I want you to see you? I don't care if you win, but it won't be through my mouth and through my tongue because there's power. Absolutely not. You're gonna have to get it through somebody else. And this is why I say you have to stay down and you have to be authentic to yourself. When the opportunity was brought to me, I didn't know what it was going to look like. I learned a lot in that short time frame. I said, in my head, I'm thinking, I can't wait to get a social media team. I cannot wait to be on this type of level. I can't wait to garner this type of fan base so where I can empower other people, because it means nothing when you're still looked at as you're at the bottom, right? But the problem is it's so many people at the top, TS, worried about what we're doing down here. And that's why you're not flourishing, because I'm doing my job. And that's something that King Jive said. We're simply providing a job, okay? If the opportunity is given to us, baby, we're going all the way to the championship league. I don't believe in being half-assed. I remember you said it when you was on Michelle ATLian's Instagram. You only get one shot. Like, and I got to make it the best shot. I got to make the game-winning shot. So that way people can see, because Tasha K's platform isn't just the winos. It's advertisers. It's brand operators. It's managers. Somebody's going to like it. So I said, let me just bring the great energy. These are the topics. Boom. I was nervous and I was happy they were pleased, because I've never been on a panel where it garnered so much like power. Now, I didn't read the chat, and Peaches, you wrong. Why would you bring mess to something where we're starting off fresh and new for the content creator?
But that's what Peaches does. She's a very double agent. Maybe she can get a husband. Oops. Yeah, you can get a husband. You spend your welfare check and your taxes on them. But I'm okay with that. I feel like, and that's why I said it is a great opportunity, because yes, she have a social media team. Yes, she have all this. So you take it what it is. And that's a great opportunity for any creator. That's a great opportunity for any creator to do that. And I felt like it was a great moment for you. Damn good moment for King Payne, because I felt like King Payne felt like the friend that was outshined by a popular guy, Armon. I felt that when they fell out, I felt that Armon used his popularity and that platform of all those followers to make King look like weird, disgruntled, stupid, jealous. And it was easy to take Armon Wiggins side because he's more polished, powerful than King's side. Even though I can understand King's side. And so I'm glad that he got this opportunity, to King's credit, to continue to do it, because it made it. And this is a great idea, and I stand on it. It's good to be independent, because when you try to ride somebody else's coattails, it can't be two main characters in that system. Armon Wiggins is a one-man show. And when you step in that ring with him, you got to bring it. When you step in the ring with Tasha K, you got to bring it. The problem is when people is in that space, they did. I believe King in that moment with Armon did not bring it, because at that time he was shy. He
was caring about the friendship.
He was caring about the friendship, and the more he did it, it just didn't work being a butt kisser. Like, what is King? What does he? What is his identity? What do he have to say? So I'm glad that when he did the show, that he was able to give insight. Then,
no, most definitely.
Okay. All right. He used to repeat himself over, and maybe get a couple of little words. Okay. Armand is doing it, and he would be okay. All right, like a little chia pet, like a bird. Like somebody, like a sound effect. That's it. Okay. That he was just an ad-lib guy.
Okay. Well, I will say this. It was different. I've never worked with a King Payne or the official King Payne or King Jives, and seeing that we're from different walks of life, I'm glad it meshed well. I was like super nervous, and I just wanted to provide a good show, because something we did before we went on, we prayed. I said, hey guys, do y'all want to pray real fast? And they said, yeah, let's say a prayer. And I didn't know Tasha was back there listening, because I said, we're going to do great. Like, I think if you want something to be successful, you have to believe it in your heart it's going to be successful. The fact that it's going to be rotating content creators, I think that's good for her platform and good for the content creator. It's like a quid pro quo situation, just dealing with business. Now, as an independent contractor, you got to take the shot and do what you're going to do with it, because there's a lot of people who rely heavily on others. Hence why they're not trending. I'm not shocked T.S. Madison mentioned me. I'm going to listen to the first 15 minutes to see what she has to say, because clearly she wants me to speak on her so she can play the victim. But at the end of the day, I didn't send for you. This is one of the things these celebrities need to understand. You came to the internet with this. We would have never known anything. It would have just been Oliver Twist looks like some type of hater, and we would have been talking about Oliver Twist, but you couldn't have it because you're so obsessed and you're jealous. He didn't have to ask you. Like, you saying you used to be his mother, you're not acting real motherly. You're not acting real womanly. And that's the NIGGA in you, because you just can't help yourself. Like, people like that are weird to me, and they don't like to share the light. Learn to share the light, even if you're faking it all the way to the top. And that's why I always applaud you, Wiley, because you're not afraid to share the light. That's why I told everybody, we're going to be in Vegas April 26th through the 28th, because there's people out there who's wondering, is she going to do it? Is she going to do it? Hell yeah. If I get to promote my stuff, I'm going to take full opportunity to do it. And I think a lot of people, they get caught up. That ego is the subconscious of jealousy. Just so we're clear, so people can understand, it's subconsciously being jealous. Hence why you stand in your own way. That ego will get you every time. I said the one thing in 2024, I was going to walk with faith and not be scared. And I give that credit to you, because had you not said, let's do a meet and greet, I would have never did one. I would have been like, oh my God, I want to do one. I don't know. And I gave you those concerns. I was like, I don't know. And now we're going, and not a hating holes in the back. The ones who decided to turn, all of a sudden they're like, Tasha, pick me, pick me, pick me, pick me. Weirdos.
So, and I agree on that. And that's why I like what you said about the ego. You cannot allow it. And the public, their job, subscribers, is they love chaos.
They love the
So
mess.
you got to be careful. And I'm a huge wrestling fan. WWE had that issue. They wanted Roman Reigns to face Cody Rhodes to finish the story. WWE said, no, we're going to have The Rock versus Roman Reigns. The public got together. No, we want Cody. We're going to unsubscribe, blah, blah, blah. Then it just switched it, praying that's going to be Cody and the Roman Reigns. But you got to be careful with that because it could backfire. They did it before. So you got to be careful. You got to be sober-minded, number one. You got to be not emotional, and you got to get all the facts. And in this particular case, you on that panel with Tasha and King and King Jives, King Bay's two kings. So I felt it was great because my argument is so many big creators took from smaller creators and did not put them on that platform. Lovely T didn't do it. Daytime Tea Time was the only one recently, I would say, that helped somebody with her artistic stuff. She helped Arman edit stuff. You can't find that. That's difficult, but it's so.
Is Daytime Tea Time? Is that Candace?
Yeah, that's Candace.
Okay.
She helped Arman edit some stuff. So I felt like that's good. Good with Lovely T helping Arman. I like that spirit of I'm a big creator, you a little creator. It's kind of dwindling because let's be clear. When I look at that top 10 list of top paid creators on YouTube, not one Black YouTuber on that list. You would have to look for the top 10 paid Black YouTubers. But the top 10 paid YouTubers, period, there's not one Black YouTuber on it. If it is, it's probably just got added to one. So we do better work to that. Everybody not gonna work together. I get that. But it's good to be that change. It's good to be that change that you want to see in the culture. I love to work with creators. I love to work with creative people because they help us to be better. So that's why I want Tasha K to continue to do this because Fox Soul is doing it, but they're white owned.
They are. Speak on it, Wiley, because
they're white owned. So
when we do think about the big the big Black creators, right? They're not. What is? Let's use T.S. Madison since she want to say my name. I'm gonna say her name too. Who has T.S. Madison put on and put in the algorithm?
Oliver, Craig.
No, this year.
Oh, you said this year? I mean, I don't know anybody this year, but I could just say Oliver has been a beneficiary of Tasha. I mean, of T.S. Madison.
But
Oliver, because all the relationship that Oliver got, he got it from T.S. Madison. Like Oliver is no victim. Baby, you was in the room and you got gigs because of T.S. Madison. So he's not, I think what Oliver did, you painted a false narrative about T.S. Madison. You opened the door for her to give the facts. She shouted you out on the grill. She did a video shouting Oliver out. She allowed Oliver on her platform. Another thing that she did for Oliver, put him as an executive producer for the show she had on Fox Soul. Did you know that? He was a producer on the show. So
what's their beef? Like if
the beef is with Oliver. I believe Oliver want to be that girl. He want to be T.S. Olindria Twixt. He wants to be that woman. He wants to be that girl. He does a whole show for 5 seasons on Chasing Atlanta for free. He wants to be that. I believe he's ungrateful. I believe that we can talk about the numbers, but you agree to the numbers. You wrote the invoice. You take that. That's on you. But just judging by his history, where he's moving, he wants to be more than a computer nerd.
Okay,
He want to
like
be
Beyonce.
more than that. He want because I know you want to be an artist. You ain't going to the studio remixing records and just doing it for fun. You want to be that. You want to have people want to get your autograph, take your selfies. He done a whole reality show where my friend Theo booked booked the trip, got to be with his company, his travel agency. He did a reality show, let Theo be on the reality show, Theo's sister on the reality show. And Theo's sister said something. That's why I like talking to black women. She said, I can't stand that man. He's messy. And he talk all this mess and he act different around people. She said, I can't stand him. She said, I was disgusted being around him.
Oh, well, then Oliver, then this is on you. See,
It's Oliver. So Oliver's two-faced. Like once you get to watch them shows and watch how Oliver operate, Oliver is messy. He's trying to create a moment, but you're destroying. You know how they say burning bridges? I believe Oliver shouldn't burn that bridge with TS. I think she should take it because, again, this will only work if she didn't pay him. If you did invoice Couture Bay and he didn't get paid, girl, you should be pissed. But if you made the invoice, you got your payments.
So T.S. Madison paid Oliver?
Yeah, she paid him to do editing. Everything that agreed upon in T.S. Madison words, she posted on his thread. I paid. All invoices are paid. So where's the gag here? Oh, that opened the door up. Did you write? Because you're alluding to the fact that you had something to do with that she said on Cozy.
Yeah, that's what I was simply going off of because I saw what you said. I read the whole article and I said, so did he write it?
And he didn't want to answer. He said, I'm done with you. I talk about it on my YouTube channel. Talk about it now. It's viral now. We're gonna be talking about something else tomorrow.
Like, and here's my thing. The only reason this is getting that mention like that because of the Tiffany Red and Beyonce situation. Let's be very clear. Tiffany Red did not write for Beyonce, but she wants Beyonce to use her voice. Now she's begging Beyonce in a post where nobody can write under, saying, Beyonce, please. I think you're such a great woman. No, you said Taylor Swift was better, baby. We all heard it in those two lives. Taylor Swift's the best. Taylor Swift's the best. Now you begging Beyonce. People are funny to me. So that's why I don't get caught up in people's beefs. But that is unhinged behavior. And this is why I do not get caught up in the rigmarole. Like, Wiley already told y'all, him and Tasha K have a weird relationship. Yeah. When I said I'm going to Vegas, who do y'all think I'm going to Vegas with? Wiley is on the flyer.
Yeah, I just think people they in the chat. I read the chat, but I don't go deeper in that chat like that. I like when people call in because then I can challenge what you're trying to say in the chat. You just say whatever, but when you call in, is much better when you call in or hit the link. Because these are narratives, and most of them come from women.
Oh yes, and then they was dragging us in the chat, child. They was dragging us.
Yeah, I see all they do in the chat. They because the subscribers. It's hard. It's because you're coming on the chat. You're coming on Tasha's show. They used to seeing Tasha. Yeah, maybe they wouldn't drag it as much if Tasha was on the.
I enjoy it.
Or they just like, but to get in, they like Tasha only because they dragged Chelsea. They dragged her so bad. They said, we don't want her. She's boring. She's nervous. Well,
she was reading the chat. We did get the brief. We were like, hey, don't read the chat if you can't help it. I only looked to see if the wine glasses was dropped. I said, hey, drop those wine glasses. Because I was like, let me make sure I say it. I was thinking in my head. So I was like, child, I hope we look good. I hope we so.
Yeah, but me, I'm different. I like the chat because I thrive on the chat because it's entertaining.
Oh, the producer.
Oh, the way you drag Tasha K daughter, the way you drag Tasha K will never.
Where was they at when I was getting dragged? You know what? They love to talk that black woman stuff, but y'all let T.S. Madison drag a black woman. Y'all don't care about.
They don't care about that. It's selective outrage because when Tasha came on the show, when she talked about Levante, this is all the dragon, child soldier, etc. She came on the show because she understand what is best business. We was the only one at that time with that. I mean, we was hitting it hard with Larry and Levantrin. We stood with that. And what did she do? She came on the live, and it was iconic. So, and then she showed in another episode, she told us that Nicki Minaj signed the NDA. So, wanted her to sign the NDA, and she refused. Many people didn't catch that until we kept repeating it over and over and over. And then one day when you see her drag Nicki Minaj with behind the scene recordings, you will know why. So I just feel like T.S. Madison have an issue with Black women, that she would digest it from gay men. She don't like Black women. She want to be that for a come up to make it in the industry, but nobody would have paid her more mind if she was just an overweight Black man. They play mad. It's a good. I know if I put on a wig, put on makeup, and really dive into that character, I will make millions.
I'm glad.
I understand it. I understand. It's people. I don't see an issue with it because it's no different if you was an actor. It's no different. So when Kelly Rowland was in a sex scene and she's a married woman. She's a whole married woman getting slide down and all that paint. It's going to come out Thursday. But that's the big thing. She's a whole married woman. So if you can act to be that whorish with a man that's not your husband, what's the problem with me putting on a wig? If it's called acting. I think the problem is we want you to act, but act where I want you to know. If you want to make a bag, make, because white folks don't hold themselves to those restrictions, only the colors. Stop doing that. If I get off of that wig,
because Miss Netta doesn't want to wear a dress. I just saw that clip.
Because Miss Netta is like an old school queen. She used as a character. To her, she's just in the community, whatever. She don't believe in all them labels. Like you understand Miss Netta, Flame Monroe, the other girl, that T.S. Madison, like RuPaul got in some trouble because he used the word. Like they're a different generation. They didn't care about the labels because you couldn't use it. See, they don't care. Yeah. If you attracted me, I'm gonna cruise in the street. We gonna hump. We gonna live in society. We in our own look. We know y'all exist. Gay people, we ain't gonna bother you. And then we do bother you. Okay, we're gonna shut that down. We're gonna go somewhere else. It was an underground society. That generation that way. But the queens now, everybody got a label. I'm a G. I'm a H. I'm a silent. Call me Day. Call me we. Call me me. Everybody got, and it's confusing. I'm confused. Maybe I'm Wiley. So the closest of the label that people are now bringing was bisexual. That was like big. But now it's quiet. It's so many labels. It's so many labels. At the end of the day, it's only vagina and sausages. There's it. Either you're going to like one or bite both. But all this other stuff, how you feel, all right. Only one or two places you going. Use the same new place. You call it a different thing. Just like receptionist, but this is a concierge. Receptionist, concierge. It's the same damn thing, just a different term. I don't know what the concierge was. I said, that ain't no more receptionist. So, but but they get so. You didn't say the right label. It's stupid. It's just dumb to me. I don't feel like we took it too far as a community because we want to make sure everybody's comfortable, and it's stupid because it's like everybody ain't gonna believe in that because you got some gay people like Ms. Netta don't believe in it. Flame don't believe in it because you gotta send their time. They couldn't go around telling people call me we day. We what? Get the F up. You know what I'm saying? Like it's and that generation is more tough than the generation now. Like they have more thicker skin than this generation. And they actually went through, not saying that we don't go through stuff as gay men and women and trans, whatever, but they actually went through a lot. You couldn't walk down the streets back in the day with your pants down, eating booty and boo-boo. You couldn't do it. You would be arrested.
Child, them pride festivals is wild. You could not do that stuff. I remember because people get it confused. Prop 8, the Prop 8. I remember voting for that, so the gays could get married. I remember voting to make sure that they took away electroshock therapy to keep if you felt like you was a part of the Rainbow Coalition. Like, I think people really don't understand that was not long ago. That was literally like in the 2000s. Like,
Absolutely. It's like
not the 1990s. That was in the 2000s. I believe
yes, we came a mighty
2012.
long, we came a mighty long way, you know. And we got a lot more living to do. But for us as creators, I love the fact that this is a great moment. You said something that Tasha can have a team. I love that she have a team because she have the resource to get it. But before she had the team, she still was doing great because she had a husband that had the knowledge.
Yeah.
So because of the husband with the knowledge, because the team can go tomorrow, as long as she got the husband, the platform's still gonna be the platform.
You know what? And that's truthful. And that's why I know a lot of people won't believe this, but when I wake up in the morning and I go to sleep at night, I think about us like all the time. And when I say us, you know, the handful of people, Wiley, that I like. Because
that's true.
I always say I want us to be the best. I want us to be the best because I just have a feeling it's our year and nobody can stop us. Nobody can stop us, and I'm not about to let frivolous beefs, other people's beefs, like, what does your beef have to do with me? Nothing. I know T.S. Madison wants me to drag her and talk about how she's not a real woman so she can play the victim. That's easy to do, baby. Trend on your own, and then I'll talk about you. Because,
yeah, that's true.
Like, you didn't even trend in the algorithm now because I didn't see it. I'm not blocked on YouTube. The girls like to block me on Instagram and Twitter. It doesn't matter. Your fans send me the stuff all the time.
Yeah, they because like I said, my future sinking link, he sent it to me. So they're going to send it.
Sinky link.
My future sinking. So they're going to, I was blocked. So people send me the information. I'm seeing what Oliver posted, but I didn't see TSN because she got me blocked. So I didn't have my troll phone with me to see what's going on. So once my people sent me
what, account.
Right. Once they sent me what she said, I was like, okay, we got some stuff to talk about. And I ran with it on the website, whythetroll.com. And then Armon went live and he talked about it on his platform and didn't want to give us credit on the website or whatever. We talk about him more than the Shade Room, but that's a here or there. And he talked about it word for word, talk about what we posted. You can tell. I can tell it, girl.
Listen, I tell people all the time, he was inspired by you and he's trying to erase the fact that he got any type of inspiration and help from you. And that's why he's still where he's at. If you just give people the praises, and this is to the content creators that's listening secretly in the bushes, if you simply give the praise, this person did this, what does that do? It's not going to harm your content. It just shows how you've evolved. To say that you didn't need help, you didn't need these people, X, Y, and the Z, I don't know. I can't tell. You know, it's always the girls with the money. It's always the girls with all these subscribers, but yet they're focused on what we're doing. I bet you he's tapped in now from some phone, pretending like he doesn't like
you. Don't watch. Yes.
He's going to say, them two stalkers. I've never stalked you, baby. Ever.
We never pull up with this. And even at the end of the show, he said, I'm trying to use Blog Talk. And this is why I've been unsubscribed from Blog Talk. Because they having the same technical difficulties that I had with them when I joined in 2011.
Oh no!
When I joined 2000, they've been having the same stuff, and you paying all that money, and Armand paying about $100 a month. You're paying $100 a month.
Block Talk Radio
for that stuff. We on the maintenance. It ain't working. I'm sorry. We're having technical difficulties. Please try again tomorrow. It's like, it's always technical. And I said, why I'm keep paying for that? I was paying the $39.99, $40 one. And most of the time, it don't work. So why is I'm paying for something that don't work? So but he didn't even know about Blog Talk. I told him about Blog Talk. But go ahead, Couture Bay.
You use a spare phone, like a second phone for your plan?
Yeah, like you could use other way. I tell you how I use it because one of my subscribers told me how to use the phone line, and I tell you how I use it. The rest of you let them pay because But
No, tell me
someone,
offline. Yeah.
right? Someone sent it to me, and they said, "Well, why you could do it this way?" And it was cheap. I got payment. So because with Blog Talk, you have to pay every single month. But the reason why I prefer that model is because 50 people could be listening and they can be listening to the show in real time and all their numbers so they don't have to call in, call back, call in, call. Blog Talk, they all there. If it worked, it's a perfect system. I just think Blog Talk, they don't have enough creators on there anymore that the engineers, even when I don't know, that ain't no excuse. It's just a bad.
It's a bad model.
It's a bad model because they didn't put no investment. Because even when it was a lot of people on there, Lovely T, myself, the square, it was so many. Auntie Hammy had a show on Blog Talk Radio. All of these characters that was on the show was on Blog Talk, the network. It still was having those glitches. It's even worse now. Then when you do a show, I will never forget. I had guests playing. It's gonna be lit. Sorry, y'all. We got to reschedule. Why? Because Blog Talk is down. Who can do business like this before StreamYard? This before this model, this for any of that. And that was the only live type of show you can have that many people at that particular time. Blog was the only guy in town that was popular at the time. But it was sad because if they down, we down.
And who has time for that? All that money you missing out on. I believe in this. You, as long as you're true to yourself, the money is going to show up. And sometimes we have to use the vessels that are greater for us. My name was mentioned to certain content creators I never thought was watching me. And then when they were like, hey, do you want to work together? I was like, with me? Why? And I was like, let me think about it. I'm happy people allow me that space to think on it because I've seen the relationships. While my situation, what happened, and it's like, sometimes you have to cut the dead weight to get to bigger blessings. And I'm so thankful for that. I'm ready for Vegas. I will tell you this. If your stalker shows up to Vegas, I am fully prepared to call the law knowing you are a disabled
veteran. It's just because my thing is, this is why I know mental illness is very real. And many people not diagnosed. Why are you watching people just to pull up on people? That's a sickness. And when you do get in that particular, you got to get diagnosed. And these people, I pray for these people, man.
Do you think do you think they have some type of mental instability?
I think that, yes. And it's just that now you're just on the internet. I think that you need to work towards that because if you cannot know how to be an entertainer, you got to pull up on people, you're not going to last long in this business because you're going to be fighting for the rest of your life because everybody's going to say something that you're not going to agree with. Mm-hmm. And that thing with Armon Wiggins, thank God you lived to tell the story. Yeah. Thank God he didn't press charges. Thank God he just what it is. But everybody ain't like that. You can do that to it's just like you got to be careful having that mindset. It didn't work on Clubhouse, got you banned. It's not going to work in real life. Look at infamous
Sylvia.
So it didn't work for her.
Boycotting in the streets.
Yeah, it's just like it ain't working, girl. And then you did all that for what? Now you got a case. You're gonna lose that job. You lose the job, you can't go live. Like you can't pay for the internet. Like then you got to deal with the other lady. What's her name? Sweet Pea Diaries. She was a whole criminal.
Who was that?
Sweet Pea was Tasha K stalker. I won't say stalker, but she was a critic of Tasha K. This woman had about 15 warrants in another state. She was avoiding the warrant. So she got into it with this content creator, a troll. The troll got in contact with the PA, with the police department, whatever. They tracked the lady down and arrested her. It was so bad, our family couldn't bail her out because they had to transfer her to another state.
That's crazy.
She had so many fraudulent charges. So, and she was running for him. She knew she had these warrants. She was running for avoiding the law. But this woman,
but on the internet, acting a fool
on the internet with open cases, got up on there about the library situation. Baby, I remember like this. Armon was on the show. She's a pick me. Well, Wiley, you did the library. Why is you doing that to Armon? Hey, pick me. You are a whole criminal with multiple warrants.
Child, that's
and your daughter, may God bless her in that face, had to come out and wish she would have stayed in the closet, somewhere in the darkness. She had to come out and defend her mama to raise money. And once people got the document, they're like, dang, all these charges. It was like, I couldn't believe it. I really thought y'all was lying. I had to see the documents with I said, this woman had multiple charges.
You know what? He fosters that environment. And you are so right, Soldier Girl. All up in the chat. It's amazing, right? All up in the chat acting a fool. And then had the audacity to be like, please, I want to be on the show. They said he was over there begging. I don't know.
Who was that? Who was in that begging? You said Armon was in there begging?
Your stalker.
Oh,
No.
he was in that. Oh, he was in that. Okay, I'm like, why he in there?
Acting a fool.
But my thing is, okay.
And this is what I'm saying.
That to me, but my thing is, you ain't see me in that chat begging. Because why would I be
integrity?
That's just dumb. Like,
you know what, Wiley? You said this before. Some people, it's one thing to be entertaining. It's another to not understand what's going on with you. Sometimes you have to take a step back and then come back and reevaluate. Nothing you've been doing has stuck. It don't matter how many panels you're on. People don't like you. And you need people to like you in order to thrive. He only thrives when he's in chaos and confusion. And it's like, if the chaos is not magnified to the most extreme, he cannot survive. That's why he's picking and doing all this weird stuff. And, oh, you the op, baby. You wish I was your op. Okay? You wish. Like, when you told us about the Sean Davy Wade thing, I was shocked.
You didn't know. And it's like, for me, why are you begging them? Go work with Armon Wiggins. Did y'all take a selfie? Go work with him. Meet him at a restaurant. Get your camera, get your boom mic, and do a show with him. Don't y'all supposed to be friends? You did all that. Go, let me call Armon Wiggins. Armon Wiggins, please unblock me. Because why don't y'all work together? You got a new set, white table, new chairs. Don't let them chairs go to waste. Bring out them Ricky Lake chairs. Let y'all talk about it. Go beg him. You was in his face, threw a drink at his boyfriend and all that type of stuff. Because I just don't understand that. Because that doesn't make any sense. And then this man, he's so focused on these side shows. Just be focused on your show. Stop
what
being
side
focused.
shows. Like, see, that's weird. Like,
he goes on these side rants and then he forgets about his main show. I said the same thing, and I love her. I love what is the transgender lady name? Because she was on your show. I love her. Who was that?
Tulsa. Queen Tulsa.
Tulsa. I told her, I said, baby, you going on everybody else's show, and then on your own show, 3 people watching. Why? Why should we rush to your show? You're going to be on everybody's panel. Go on your show. I told the woman when she had the brace around her neck, I said, let me play your pimp, and you come on doing your show. Do it on your show. It's like, it ain't with nothing but another roll of toilet tissue was under that. Then when we got all the facts, I'm in the hotel, and I never shared this with her. She was out there giving away that whatever. She was out there working, and it wasn't out there being a UPS or an Amazon worker. She was out there being a worker.
Wiley, how do you be getting this stuff on people?
Because it was on the news. It was on the news and she brought it to me. I just was like, because she said it's racism. So when I called a friend that, hey, I saw this article, she out there working this. And they didn't want her doing that. And she tried to play the race card. So I don't know if that was a real brace or a roll of toilet tissue. But only thing I know, we was talking. See, these people, I give advice because I love to give advice. And I apply the advice to myself. I said, do it on your platform.
Yes.
She was over there with King on the Lituation Network over here. Well, she was over there with Von Ray. Want to give Von Ray that package. Like, and I'm talking about the sausage pack with the Luinis. So all that type of stuff. And then on her platform, nothing. 2 people watching. And then she go on her platform. Like, she don't like to be on her platform. She like to be at everybody else stuff. And that's fine. But don't say you want to be a content creator. No, you don't. You want to be in everybody else's mix. Because if you really wanted to do it, why are you not doing it on your own show?
I think a lot of people see us get up here, talk, host a space, right? And they think it's so easy. It's a lot of hard work. We come up here when we sick, when we tired, when we sad, when we glad, when life is lifing. We come up here, we deliver a show, and we go about our business. I think the moment, and I do want to take this time to say to the Bay Squad and to the producers, I apologize for allowing that man in my space because it has been like a cancer ever since. It's like, here you go again. It's like everywhere I go, he's there. Like,
and he's causing chaos because he's a chaotic. This is coming from a man that was in some chaotic situations, and I'm no longer that type of way. I see it. And you did it in California. You're doing it in the chat. Just focus on you. He wanted me to get the energy. You know what I did? Block, 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 block. Your name ain't going no title, no nothing. You just gonna be just blabbing by yourself, and then you gonna be begging for my attention. You ain't gonna get no apology. Only thing that you're gonna get is nothing. Just what you are, nothing. Because if you didn't get it for Armon Wiggins, if he didn't usher you into that studio with that flat screen and them Ricky Lake chairs and that good liquor and that good brown skin, don't try to get it from Tasha. Get it from your own community. You was in Armon Wiggins' face. Then you say, yeah, and Armon told me about the business and Wiley and blah, blah, blah.
Getting phone calls from WAC 100.
You got the phone. You did get the phone call. That was your moment. He got a phone. I'm so glad you said that. And it went
using you for your gayness.
Use it for your gayness. And he was okay to be used because he's not that intelligent, not to maneuver in these social media streets. And I feel like he just thought, oh, I'm just gonna troll. Stop, because they call Wiley a troll. They use that.
You're the B sector prince, right?
Right. You gotta understand, I've been doing this for so long, but I don't just troll. We got a political conversation. We can talk about Jason later. But what he's doing, that's above it. You doing criminal stuff. Like, people just got when they see him coming, they just walk the other way. They don't want to be around you because you just cause chaos. You're not causing peace, harmony. You want to cause chaos and drama and drag. You got mad at Armon and King. Then you made up with Armon, but now you got a problem with King. Girl, have your moment with Armon. Go sleep with him. And maybe you and him and the guy from Trinidad could all go to the doctor and get y'all antibiotics together.
The guy from Trinidad.
Y'all can all get it. Bring his girlfriend because she's going to need her antibiotics before they get deported. But go ahead.
When I saw that picture of the Trinidadian soccer player, I said, yeah, Larry spent top dollar on this.
Of course he did. He been top dollar. Like, just because that guy did not know American culture, he knew a bag and he know men. He knew how to finesse men. And I don't believe Larry was the only man he dealt with. I believe this man was used. I think Larry really gave that man a lot, and it scared him with them allegations of Larry. And Larry tried to play, and I can't wait for that Tasha K interview. Honestly, I can't wait.
I'm gonna be tuned in.
I can't wait. I watched King interview. I felt like
was real good.
It was good, but Tasha K, because, and I don't try to compare King to Tasha. We can't, because that's unfair, because it's just King.
Yeah.
If King, anybody had 20 people working, we'd be much further.
Mm-hmm.
But I give us a damn good pat on the back that we're in the midst without the team. Can you imagine when we get it?
We in the number.
We are in that independently, no help, no 50,000 assistants, and we are going total. Could you imagine? So I take it like just keep going. And you gotta remember, Tasha K didn't always have a team. She had that mohawk in that room before she came.
Cool. And that is, and again, I applaud you, wife.
So, Couture, are you there? Hello? Can y'all hear me? Hello? Are you there, Couture Bay? Hold on 1 second. We're gonna get her back on. Can y'all hear me? Wait. Oh, I don't know. Her phone probably died. Give me a second. Let me drop the link again. All right, because I thought my Wi-Fi. Let me make sure you can. And then we're gonna open up the phone lines and let y'all to call in. Let me make sure. Hello, hello, hello. Can y'all hear me? All right, there we go. Okay, yeah. You said applaud us. Go ahead.
Yes, but I applaud you. I applaud you because you know what? People don't give you enough credit. The same thing I say to OKP, I'm gonna say to you. People don't like to give you enough credit because you be in the midst. That's how we get the information. I'm glad you kept Wally the troll, because without that, we wouldn't have had some of those hard-hitting facts, those up and fresh stories. And everybody and their mama wasn't talking about the same thing. Because of you, I made sure I did a evaluation of my channel and how I can make it better and just whatever. When I called you, I said, "Hey, Wiley, I think this is going on. What should I do?" And you were like, "Look, don't even mention them." And I was like, "You're right." And it gets under their skin. They get mad. And for some reason, I don't know what it is. It must be me, because everybody else can say something, but when I say it, it's like,
Yeah, you feel, because your opinion matters. I say the same thing. It's like when I say something and Armand said it, your opinion matters. But when you say it hit different.
No, baby. It hits the same.
It's just truth. People just, yeah, they don't like that truth. It's like when you really hard hitting the truth and giving your opinion, and people don't like to get exposed. They don't like to have that someone shining that light on them. But it's okay with me, because they shine the light on Wiley when Flame on the Road said what she said, and Conscious said what I said. I was running through a bunch of papers, and he tried to expose me because his mentor got done criminal stuff, allegedly, giving people superbugs. He tried his best, baby. No, your mentor have done, and they falling out. Now you got the answer, and now you really got to put on your best wig after this man go on Tasha K show, because now people, this would be their first time ever hearing about Larry Reid's secret lover.
Listen, I'm happy it's happening, because everybody who was against us, they now have to see what it's like to be on the other side, being called a liar when the truth was in their face, saying, "Oh, we just want clout." And I'll be like, what clout? What clout do I want from them? They can't even tell y'all what they're really into. Them evangelist freak offs, a harem of men. Y'all all got to answer. Everybody who is silent is compliant, baby. Not one of them went to the feds. I sent that thing over to the immigration people. As soon as
I did.
With the timestamp. Look at these people talking about, because I know they care about immigration. And you better pray I don't send it to former President Donald Trump, so he
You
can
better
say
hope he don't get elected. They all go.
Because I am all for us being stricter on the immigration laws, especially when you got your cousin out here marrying your boo things so that you could get some type of freaky dicky with your jump off. It is weird. Like, just
Not
everybody
you
over there's
pimping out
brain
your
is
cousin.
stupid.
Brain
on stupid.
He pimped his cousin out twice.
Probably more than that. Because if you could do it twice, you could do it more. And Vincent, I speak to your shame. I'm using your words, Wally. I speak to your shame. Because you came to the internet instead of going to the feds, the police, some counselors. I speak to your shame because you only told us about this because you don't look like one of the boys. I speak to your shame because you decided to be a secret for 13 years. You could have been a secret 13 more years and been a whistleblower. I speak to your shame. I speak to your arrogance, and I speak to that witchcraft and warlockness you're trying to put on the people. I will not allow our Black women to fall under the spell of a Larry 2.0. Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. And I'm so glad that you were able to have that conversation because it's needed. And Larry, and he understands this because he's begging for help. Like, he's begging Armon, he's begging Storm. He needs somebody outside of that to defend him. That Vincent thing was powerful. Now that opened the door for Tasha to interview this, and more people are going to open once they investigate. I'm waiting for that moment when he's being investigated, when the feds talk to him, immigration talk to him. That's when more people are going to talk. Ain't nobody going to go to jail for Larry. He don't have that much money. They're going to sing like a bird.
Who's the governor in Georgia? Brian Kemp?
Yeah, Brian Kemp is the governor of Georgia. And Brian Kemp needs to be aware of it because, and I believe the IRS needs to be aware of it because some of that stuff,
misappropriation of funds.
It is. It's like you're using the church as a 501c to traffic and infect people. Like, infecting people is super, but it's like, it's dangerous. It's all dangerous, man. And these people are talking. I just want them to talk to the authorities. And that's why when these people, because you only need that one investigator, that one prosecutor to be like, hey, let me.
If Fanny wasn't out here creeping with her sidekick, I would have sent it to Fanny.
Yeah, Fanny. She got a hold on to her job. Yeah, but in closing, I love the fact that Tasha came together. She brought everybody together. I think it's good for the culture. I think people are watching this. Everybody was watching it because everybody sent it to my DM, so I know they sent it to everybody else DM. I felt like for that entity that was begging, I pray for him that he works through his childhood trauma and family trauma because he have a lot of trauma. And I work towards that. I hope he gets worked through that because that's all that he does is he goes on these rants. And everything. And I think King needs to know him. Like you already said what you said about him. Y'all already went to tit for tat. He using this to pull up on you, and you go to these shows. You ain't got time to get put out because he up there throwing hamburgers and
actually. I saw he sat down with Jason Lee, getting the scoop, doing something for the people. This is why I know you like to say the messy gays, and this is why I say why you are needed because you call it out. You can say the things a lot of us cannot say.
Well, the women can, yeah. So I love that, and I felt like for these people, it's work to be done, and that person can do the same thing. You in California, why are you begging Tasha when you say you know all these? When people talk, I don't understand. Like you in California, if I was in California, I would work. I'm in California. It's all about location. But the work ethic is just not there. You would come out better going to Alabama.
You're not a good person. And as corrupt and as sinister and vile California is, that energy is, they don't even want you. And that's
you got to be effed up. They don't want you. Yes,
they don't want you.
Yeah, that's the sad part on his thing because he thrives off of that, and I blame Armand because he co-signed that behavior.
Yup.
Like he kind of endorsed it.
Yup.
Um,
He did. Who takes a picture with someone who had to get mollywopped or whatever they said?
yeah,
I
like,
don't know what happened.
like I didn't like that piece because it's like you're endorsing this bad behavior. This
And
dude
like,
he's not
looking at it
deserving.
now, it was unprofessional because we're content creators. If we wanted to fight, we would be in the MMA, we would be in
Wrestling,
boxing, we would
okay.
be in wrestling, we
Yeah,
would be in martial arts. We are on the internet. We're not doing any of that. So it's weird.
Yeah. he said in the chat that Tasha K have to pay all of the content creators for participating when he's seen the content creators getting super chats.
Why is he worried about how we getting paid?
Yeah. Because then he said, because he's supposed to be Jaguar Rye assistant. He was supposed to be, and I knew that wasn't gonna work.
How you fumbled that? That's an easy bag.
That was easy bad. I knew, you meant it just wouldn't work. And Jaguar be calling me, "Hey Riley, I'm back in Dallas." But when I get there, we in a public space.
Yes.
It's gonna make sense for Jack. I don't get that close with that woman because it don't last long. So, and I don't rush it. And Jack, I believe she respect that because I know Jack. She's a sweet woman. But I excuse that because I know when she worked through all of that, it's gonna be great. And one thing, Jack and Black, I was in the industry. She was there, baby. So she had that experience. She would go down in history, working with Jay-Z, working with Jill Scott, working with Erykah Badu, being on a commercial. Baby, she got a resume. It's some queens out here fighting to get half of what Jagger and don't got it, and they ain't got no dementia, no schizophrenic, no bipolar, no ADD, anxiety. They ain't got none of that, and they ain't never got a
fight with the police. Okay,
right?
The police at that.
You know, I would fight with the police, DPD, the officer remember, the invisible officer remember. They literally never did any of that, but Jack had that moment, and whenever she ever get herself together, she could always go back in the studio and do a record. That's something. Jack is an amazing speaker, but I know she can't focus because she got a lot going on in her mind.
It's okay, but thank you, Wiley, for having me.
It's okay. Love you, sis. Thank you.
Yes, and shout out to the producers. See y'all in Vegas, April 26th through the 28th. I can't wait. Wiley said he gonna be sipping on that brown. Y'all know I like.
Oh yeah, because y'all
say
y'all don't like. I think you said you don't like Hennessy. I think somebody said that.
I don't like no Hennessy.
Oh no, you said you didn't like Hennessy. You said you don't drink Hennessy. You said, what do you drink? I know Felly Willis, my mother, she drink Grey Goose. Felly Willis, I'm gonna drink Grey Goose.
You're drinking Grey Goose and you like Hennessy?
I'm gonna drink. No, I'm gonna drink probably Friday night Hennessy and Red Bull. Then I'm gonna drink a little Grey Goose on Saturday night.
Oh Lord, y'all, we'll make sure Wale ain't on.
But this the thing though. For me, okay, that's the flyer, you guys. I'm gonna take this down. But this is the thing: when I drink or whatever, I don't do much. I can have like 1 or 2 shots. I'm done. Like, you know how some people drink more. Like, no, I just like that little buzz, and I'm done. Okay. Certain people, they just do more and more and more. And I'm already a jokester. Like, I'm already like lit. I'm not gonna, because now I have lost so much weight, so I can't. Wine get me tipsy. So, because I don't drink. When you don't drink,
y'all, he's only doing 2 shots. I'll let y'all know if he do more.
Okay. Yeah, so we're gonna have a good time because you know, I don't want to be out there sloppy drunk, having a good time. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Now, probably that last night.
We can win.
I don't want to do that last night because I don't want to miss the flight. But yeah. But y'all, it's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to it because it's fun. Like, Vegas is Vegas. Like, Vegas is Vegas. And now because they have the Super Bowl there, so many people are interested into Vegas, which is a good thing. And I'm even hearing WrestleMania next year will be in Vegas. I'm hearing rumors.
Oh, that's good. Definitely.
Yeah. I would love that. And Vegas is not just the first thing. Like, it's more to come. But I just want to start with that because that's like a good central place where everybody, if you just want to do restaurants, you just want to sightsee, or you want to gamble, or you want to do karaoke, it's whatever. And I love doing it with you because I think it's going to be fun.
It's going to be fun. Our picture's going to be lit. I'm going to make sure Instagram is on fleek, and we're
Oh
gonna
yeah,
zaddies and the
y'all love
mommies.
Instagram, so yeah.
Yes, the
Hey, I
zaddies
did
and the
post a
mommies.
clip of how I get down because my subscriber from Arizona came to this is the Dallas meet and greet, and I forgot about the video. She hit me up on Snapchat. She followed me on Snapchat. I'm like, who is this following? And she said, Wiley, this was with her. And then I had liquor all over. I was shooting. And that Heroes Lounge, I never heard of Heroes Lounge in Dallas. It was a Jamaican spot. I forgot about that. And I posted that on Instagram. They said he done told you, so Couture Bay is that. No, we gotta get loose. Because everybody gonna be drinking.
Everybody gonna be there. We're gonna be responsible, you guys.
Yeah, we not gonna be sloppy. No, because I wasn't even sloppy drunk when we went to.
But we are gonna be two-stepping. We're gonna be
right. We was having fun because when I met the producers, we was in Dallas the other time. We met them a couple times. And I was lit. And then I got flirtatious. Like, oh, hey, you know, blah, 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 blah. It was fun. And it was just about four. I think it was about 3 or 4 of us. But I found like those intimate crowds is much better. You can maneuver better than having 50 people, 100 people.
Listen, this is only for the grown and sexy. So the hating holes in the back.
Yeah.
But I would hate for you to feel like you left out because you want to be a hater when we know you love us.
Yeah, so, you love us. So just have fun. We in Vegas. Like, it's Vegas. Like, I would love to see people, and to all creators, like, meet your people. Like, I love that. And don't wait to be on Tasha K level or Lovely T level to think you should be. No. Do it now. Period. Because you don't know telling where that's going to lead into. But some people have already said, I ain't going to do it unless 300 people show up. Okay.
Yeah, and on that note,
goodbye.
Thank you, producer. Thank you for having me up. Bye,
Love
y'all.
you. Bye, y'all. All right, y'all. Oh, little black boy, you beautiful little black girl. You enough. When times get hard, always remember to put God first. Don't forget to go to wileythetroll.com. Happy birthday to my grandmother. I got to show y'all. Can I say happy birthday to Grandma Wiley? I'm going to show y'all a video. In honor of my grandmother, first of all, I want to show y'all this video of my grandmother. Now, she was not singing this, but this song fit my grandmother's 89th birthday. And the reason why I'm not going to her party, because I was under the weather and I don't, I'll wait till I'm clear. But in honor of my grandmother's birthday, I want to show her, I want to play this video many years ago. I recorded this video many years ago. Give me a second. I want to make sure I bring this video up. And Sister Lynn sang this song, Only What You Do for Christ Will Last. And this is my grandmother's 89th birthday. She turned 89 years. She was born in 1935. I'm trying to find that video of her, of this song in honor of my grandmother, because and this is her in the green when she's standing at home. Let me let y'all see. All right, give me a second. I want y'all to see that. Now, that's not my grandma singing, but I'm playing this song because this song fits her so much. because you're gonna see her standing up in the green. So yeah, and that's my uncle right there in the suit. So, but this song fits so well for my grandmother because only what you do for Christ will last. This ain't my grandma singing. She can hit them like that. But but yeah, you're gonna see when she stand up. And that's our grandma in the green. So, and that's my grandma in the green there. This video, this is 1 year. Hold on, I can give you the date. Give me one second. We're going to play a little more of that. Ooh, this about to make me cry, child. This video, 14 years ago, this happened in 2009. This is April 18, 2009. And I graduated from high school in June of 2009. And we recorded it and I uploaded it to the YouTube channel. And I recorded it, didn't know about it, forgot about it exists. Every once in a while I would watch it. And on last night when my grandmother turned 89, in midnight, and I listened to it, and I'm gonna show you a video of my grandmother teaching. It drove me to tears because only what you do for Christ will last. And I was in the room just talking and preparing what I was going to say about my grandmother for her birthday. I said, at my grandmother's lowest, she always mentioned her faith in God. Always. It's like her faith. I'm going to play a little bit more, and I'm going to let you all listen to my grandmother almost 15 years ago when she was teaching at True Church. I'm going to show y'all that, but let me finish this song because I love Sister Lynn. I love her dearly. Amazing, powerful sister. Her voice is just iconic. What to do? So, oh my God. So somebody said that boy that's playing the keyboard, that was Brother Jerry. So these people all got going by different names now. But I know their government name. I ain't gonna get into their street name for some of these people. You know how to get friend. Anyway, so we were all in high school. We were all seniors in high school. You see Jerry, I see Jerry there, I see Sam there. He wasn't a senior, he probably was like a junior in high school. Then the other keyboard player, then you had Brother Sherman, he was a senior in high school. His sister was all like elementary school. So I remember that moment for that. But I want to show you all a video of my grandmother. In honor of my grandmother, everybody knows as Mother Crusoe. And she was teaching because at the church that she attended, they didn't believe that women can preach. They don't believe in that. They don't believe in women preachers, but they do believe that women, the mothers can teach the young women. They're not allowed to be in the pulpit anyway. So I'm going to show you all a video of, I believe this video have to be, give me a second. I'm going to find it because I was watching it last night. This video is about 14 years ago. Give me a second. Let me scroll down. I'm trying to find it because I was watching it last night. If not 14, hold on. Well, I'm going to find it. Yeah, this video was 13 years ago. And this is my grandmother. This is probably the first time you all have seen this. But this is my grandmother 13 years ago. We uploaded this November 20th, 2010. So this is my grandmother, and this is when she was teaching. And this is her birthday, y'all. Say happy birthday to her. Okay, let me go and screen share this. God is good.
Pray for Jared, though. He prayed hard. He's on his way. Hallelujah. You got to be in the flow. She was in the flow. Jesus was headed somewhere. But she heard about this. She heard about it. She said, if I may touch, somebody just press and get there. Touches God. I share. May hope. Ain't that something? You got to put yourself. See, people want to be healed, but he said, Mount Zion and Jerusalem. They don't want to come to the house of the Lord. You better come to Jerusalem. If you want to be healed. He said, faith is the substance of thine hope for. The evidence of things not seen. He said, by it, the elders obtained a good report. If you sit, call gonna do it. They done got that crap. I don't care if you put the gold in it. I looked out, there the crap. If my sister said, and you going to the doctor, I said, the doctor.
Doctor's here. So I remember when I was in audience and when she was teaching, I said my grandmother's love and faith, man, you can't get involved in it. And I played this video back for my grandmother. I'm gonna play it back for her again because elderly folks, you can play the same over and over. I will never forget it. And then one other video we recorded, I'm just saying, like, we were very active in church, like very, very active. Before like live streaming, like before all this stuff, like I knew then because I was a YouTuber. Like I was on YouTube, and it wasn't just church stuff, but it was a time where it was just church stuff was on there. And so I told my pastor, he's my uncle, I said, Bishop Cartwright, I said, we need a YouTube channel. We need a website. We had a website. I think it was like truechurchofholiness.webs.com because we couldn't afford for the .com. And my grandmother, we told my grandmother about it. My grandma was inspired by it. That's all I had was church. So the reason why I love my grandmother so much, she introduced me into the ministry. She introduced me into church. I would have not known church if it wasn't for my grandmother. If it wasn't for my grandfather, and I just recently found this out a couple of years ago, my grandmother would have not, I don't believe she would have found true church because it was my grandfather. I didn't know this. He was a minister in True Church of Holiness. So he was an elder. They call him Elder Crusoe. So he was into the church, he was into the ministry, etc. And so seeing my grandmother teach and how she was, I really didn't like when she was up there because I didn't mind it, but she would just put my business up in whatever she teaching about. I'm like, please don't mention me in your teaching. Don't mention me at all. And she didn't care. I ain't studying you, and will still mention me in the teaching. So she'll be up there teaching. She'll be like, I told him to clean his room. Go ahead, don't be disobedient, don't clean. You go be clean if I have to somebody. You go read what yourself. I'm like, oh Lord. So here I am cleaning after somebody and washing dishes after somebody, and I could just hear my grandmother's voice in my head. Like, you keep doing it, you go reap what you sow. And I just hear it in my head. So it's just like, oh my gosh, when I heard about it and what she was teaching about, I was able to like really pay attention to it. Shout out to Missionary Allison. I would never forget we was in Sunday school. And we wanted to sing a song. So many nights I cried. I had some sleepless nights. I believe one of the lyrics said we had sleepless nights. And Sister Allison, at the time we was Sister Allison, she wasn't a missionary then. She said, y'all got to sing with understanding. Y'all didn't live that yet. But you keep living. Y'all gonna live that. And when I started having sleepless nights, my mind went all way back when I was a child and once seen it. Now I understand when you sing certain songs, it hit different. When you sing a song and you really went through it, it hit different. And so I love my grandmother so much. I mean, she was she loved her church. If I had somebody to love this platform like my grandmother loved the church, I'd be a wealthy man. I mean, she loved the church so much. She cooked. I remember she had to cook for the saints. I didn't complain because my grandmother could cook. So she would cook greens, chicken, turkey wings. It would be seasoned. Like she would put her all in the smells. The only thing I didn't like her cooking for the church. I know some of the saints gonna see this. I just didn't like I had to carry that stuff. Baby, she would put the stuff in buckets. She would put it in totes. It is what it is. It would be clean and sanitized, seasoned, big buckets of meats. That stuff was heavy. We would go to Sunday school because Lord have mercy, I love my grandma. But she would get me up early in the morning. I remember, shout out to Bishop Brazier, not the son, but the father, waking up to seeing him on TV, waking up seeing her watching Bishop Patterson. Who else was the other pastor? Oh, the pastor on the east side. I can't think of he had blind, he passed away. For the old Landmark Church. She would watch that. You're on your way to hell. Stop sinning, repent. I mean, he would just tear down sin. So I'm like, good God Almighty. Why does man say everything is sinful? Get right with God. There's only holiness or hell. And my grandma would blast it. I'm like, good God Almighty, Lord Jesus. But I love my grandmother so much because she introduced me to a solid foundation. And that's what I love about her. Babe, as an ego boost for a young child, my grandmother made sure I let Marquise read it. Marquise, read these documents. You smart, you intelligent in school. And I was flunking in school, but my grandma said I'm intelligent and smart. I read them documents. I'm looking at them documents, show through the document. I don't have this stuff and this stuff I'm talking about. I ain't gonna tell my grandma because she said I'm smart, I'm important, I'm kind. So I'm reading these documents. And it started to make sense. Then I'm filling out menus for when she ran a daycare. I was the assistant. We was calling the parents, making flyers. Like, I just love my grandmother so much because she made me feel like I was intelligent. Like, she really boosts my ego up. I will never forget it. I tell this story over and over, but it's so true, man. I remember during the recession, I'm trying to get a job or whatever, and I said, Grandma, they ain't hired me. I'm traveling all the way to Skokie. I mean, times was hard. I went from making 40 hours at Chili's to like 3 hours. It was hard. That's what I knew, like, man, this recession stuff is really serious. And I called my grandmother, and she said, Marquis. She never called me Marquise. Marquis, come on home. Came home to fried chicken, cornbread. I just remember those memories. And I remember, my guys, like how my grandmother will sing my praises and really uplift me there. And my friend at the time, brother Buchanan, he said, Wiley, he said, brother, man, I'm jealous. I wish I had a grandmother like you. I never knew what he meant until I knew what he meant. I said, wow, my grandmother was just that way. She wasn't perfect, but she was just there for me. It would not be a Wiley show if it wasn't for my grandmother. When I started the Wiley show, I started it in my grandmother's house. I was upstairs with the computer, the microphone, the iPad. This is the beginning stage of the Wiley Show. And this time, like, my girl, like, I'm bringing people in, interviewing people, doing some thing, and I'm in the know with this. So I'm bringing people, and I wanted to do something in media. And my grandmother, she didn't really complain. She didn't just say that. She knew I had it. Like, she knew I did a show. She would go in my room. She would see the microphones. I would try to buy the computers. She'd see the setup. She said, oh, you try whatever. She never mentioned it because in her mind, I'd rather him doing this than to be out on the streets like my brothers, like robbing folks. So I was doing something creative. I wanted to do something. I would try to sing a gospel song. I remember there was one gospel at my grandmother's house. It was a song that I recorded, not in the studio, but the stuff I got, I said, Lord, fix my eye. It was a song that I wrote. I don't remember it, but I know it was entitled Fix My Eye. And I was in there singing, blah, blah, blah. It was just, oh my God, it was a lot. I love my grandmother so much because she taught me entrepreneurship. We had a yard sale, and my grandmother would repeat this story over and over and over. We did a yard sale, a fundraiser, and I would get the stuff in the basement, put it open. Like my grandmother had she had a house like in the basement. She had a basement, and then she had like a 2-flat. It was really nice, right? And so I got the stuff out of the basement, put the stuff on the table, and I was selling stuff, right? So I was like, I put music on because I was at the store. I'm like, man, people buy stuff with the music on. So I blast the gospel music. And it was a song on Jesus Work It Out. And that lady said, listen, I bought some more stuff, but I'm hearing this song. I'm going to buy some more stuff just because the vibes was just good. We would sell out. We would buy, then we had a candy store. My grandma allowed me to have a candy store. She taught me how to make Doritos, the nachos, and the Flaming Hots with cheese and meat, Doritos with cheese and meat. She taught me how to make the ice, what we call icy cups, the ice cups. Or, she just taught me. She took me to the store to buy the products, because I just had that entrepreneur drive because I saw my grandmother as an entrepreneur. So I just did the stuff all in it. And I'm just playing the gospel music. We would have that store all the way up to like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. People would just be banging because like we was getting that bag. Like my grandma was like, listen, we got to close the store at a certain time. So we had that. It was just a vibe. I even go back so many memories from my grandmother. And I love her so much. She was so vocal for it. And I hope and pray that people have grandmothers like that. I remember After School Matters, Richard Daley, I think, wife or somebody had an after school program for jobs. And it was used to call After School Matters. I believe it still exists. So my grandmother took me to the jobs. She took me to the places. Like, this before GPS. She was like, well, I think you take 95th, but you go all down. It was difficult because we had GPS then. And if we did do it, I didn't have the money to buy a phone for it. So she took me to the job. She picked me up. I would just never forget it. When I got my acceptance letter, when I graduated from Perkabas Elementary School, my grandmother was there. When I graduated from Chicago Military Academy, Bronzeville, my grandmother was there. Her sister was there. Her sister paid, my Aunt Mary paid for me for my fees to get my diploma. I just would never forget how vocal my grandmother was there, how she spoiled me, iron my clothes. She used to afford to put in the cleaners, but money got funny, so she said, I iron it. And baby, did she iron it? Baby, I would come in there looking like Steve Urkel. Didn't care. At least I was clean. You couldn't say I was dirty. You could probably say that in elementary school, that'd be true, dirty socks or whatever. Mama didn't care. But my grandmother made sure I went to school, fed, clothed, everything. And I just got embarrassed. They were talking, oh, you come with your grandma and in her car. You can't take no train. And I would be so embarrassed because my grandmother was just drag. I was like, Grandma, just drag me down. I ain't dragging you down. Shut up. And then she would drive me right in front of the school. As soon as I come out, I was like, Grandma, I gotta get my hat. Whoa, Cadet Wally, put your hat on. I'm like, come on, man. I went to that school. We got to have on a hat. And what gets me with Chicago Military Academy, Bronzeville, and I love my grandmother. I love the schools that were structured. Baby, they were strict. Now, shout out to CMAB. I love y'all. They kind of loosen up the rules. But back in the day, baby, they'll be right there at the train station. Where you at? I'm like, dang, we out of school right now. I'm like, Grandma, can you please just start picking me up? Because I got tired of wearing the uniform. Because at that time, the Iraq, well, they gonna ship your A-word to Iraq. This was crazy. Ignorance, all right? So my grandma would bring me to school, feed me, clothe me, everything. And the school would tell her, you got him so spoiled you got him right. And she did spoil me. I didn't know she did, but she did. She would cut my pancakes. It was a certain way I allowed my pancakes to be cut. And only my grandmother can cut it a certain way. And she would cut it with no complaint. She would put the butter on it and cut it. I don't care how I made pancakes. I cannot make it like how my grandmother made it. Like it was a certain touch. How she made oodles and noodles, it was a certain touch. I can't duplicate that. I tried. Even how she made cornbread on the skillet, I can't duplicate it. Like she was just there for me. And that's why I try my best to reduplicate that. And like one of my goals is to retire my grandmother. Like to give her the best life she wants. I want her to experience wealth. You know what I'm saying? Because she worked so damn hard. She have done that. And so I've just seen how she worked, how parents, I remember one time, okay. So one of the parents' brother of the children, right, was cussing my grandmother out. I came down the stairs. I'm like, you don't blink. And I said, you don't talk to my grandmother like that. You take your old blankety blank. And my grandmother said, you don't talk to elders like that. I got this. Go back in the house. I was going to let this man have it. I'm ready to, because he was, but I love my grandma because she don't play. Like she handled that situation with so much wisdom. And then the guy apologized like the next day or whatever. But I didn't play about my girl. I loved her dearly. I mean, I just love her so much. Like, even though I can't be at her celebration today because I was under the weather, but the love is there. That's why I try to share as many memories with my grandmother because I love her because even though she's not physically where she was, but I just love her and her spirit, her drive, and the advice. Even though if it's the same, because when I go visit my grandmother at the nurse home, she said the same stories I've heard 1,000 times. But I like her talking. And I like her talking and having those stories. And she would talk about the Goldsteins and the people that she took care of. And I remember the car rides of my grandma. We would get in the car and she would just talk about healthcare. And now that I'm in healthcare, baby, I'm talking like my grandmother. Yeah, I took care of Mr. So-and-so and Mrs. So-and-so and blah, 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 blah. Like, I'm like talking like my grandmother. I just love her. I really, really love my grandmother dearly, man. Like, she have been there for me. And I want to thank my followers because on last year, we put a good birthday celebration for her last year. We bought her cake. The audience pulled through for us. They made sure Grandma Wiley was taken care of for that. And she still tell them I said thank you. I always tell her, like, you know, her words of inspiration, how y'all inspire and thank her. And she always tell them thank you. That's so nice. She said, Marquise, Mikey, keep up the good work. She understands that I found something for me. And I respect her for that. And she supported me in my dreams when I went to go to the military. She knew it was a bad idea, but she still supported me. And when I got from Fort Benning, Georgia, and I went to the south side of Chicago, pull up to my grandmother's house, and I heard my grandmother's voice. I'm going to call you back. My key just walked in. I was telling her about my experience. I was crying. I didn't like it. It was terrible, girl. I don't want to do the Army. I remember I was in Fort Benning, Georgia. Got on the payphone, said, Grandma, I got to leave here. Grandma's so mean. They yell at you. They don't let you sleep. I'm just boo-hooing. And my grandmother said, don't worry about that. You're grown. You want to be grown. You grown now. Don't worry about that. You go through this experience. I got to go. But grandma, tell them you had a heart attack. Tell them something. I ain't gonna do that. Get in trouble with God with you. I ain't doing that. I just told her, tell them something. Get me out of here. Because I didn't want to do it no more. And that's why it's not good for teenagers or 18-year-olds to make decisions, because you will change your mind. And a lot of people that was in the military, they changed their mind. Some of them got hurt. Some of them pretended to get hurt. There's a lot of folks that did not want to do it. I just think at first when a recruiter, he was good looking too. That was one of the main reasons I want to do it. He was a good looking man. Body buff, smelled good, nice car. He sold, you're going to travel the world and it's going to be iconic. And I was broke. So this bonus, I think it was like a $20,000 bonus back then. I don't need a check. So I passed my way through. And I got there. I said, I want to do this. Getting up in the middle of the night. So I didn't want to do it. So I told my grandma, I said, Grandma, I want to do this. And I called my grandmother from Fort Bennett. And then I finally got out of it. And I thank God I did, because all of those people that went there, and I still have their names, some is no longer living. It was one particular gentleman, because we have the people names in whatever. I remember these names. I wrote down some names in a journal. And I still have those journals today. Ain't living. It was one, and I remember I reached out to his now wife. She said, Wiley, it's good, because she read my post. It's good that you did not do it, because one of the regrets from my husband, it was a disaster. He had massive dreams, PTSD. She said it was a good thing you did not go through it. You left, because it was hell. That woman said it was hell. She said when y'all left, when he came back and did them 2 tours or whatever he did, he came back. It wasn't the same. And it was terrible. And I'm so glad it didn't work for me, because God didn't want that for my life. And I love my grandmother for being there for me. Because of the decision that helped me in that decision, because my grandmother was there for me. When I needed money, she opened that purse up. $20 here, $10 here, $15 here, $20 here, $80 here. Like, she did that for me. And so I just love that. Was my grandmother perfect? Heck no. But what it was there, the love. And every time I get around my grandmother, I feel the love. I feel how this is my grandson. He live in Texas. Oh, I told him to get a nurse. When I became a CNA, when I first got my certificate and I passed, when I was doing the course, my sister was much younger then. I came in the house. I said, Grandmother, we got to stop eating pork. Got to stop doing, let me check your blood pressure. I thought I was a nurse. I was inspired. And I said, shut up. You ain't no nurse. Just CNA. Shut up. You know. But my grandmother loved. She wanted to know about my day. I had on my scroll. You could tell when I became. Oh, okay. What nobody said. When I became a CNA, baby, I thought I was a doctor. I was proud. All this stuff that makes CNAs get a bad rep, they dog us or whatever. Baby, I was still proud. And I will never forget. I got a phone call from a hospital, and she wanted to get a report about a patient. And said, who and what are you? Oh, I'm just a CNA. That woman told me, and I didn't mean to say it like, I'm just a CNA. She said, you're more than a CNA. You was a backbone, and you a healthcare professional. And I don't know what that white women told me. Baby, I said, I'm a healthcare professional. It was just like, I love my grandmother for that. When I worked on the south side of Chicago, literally traveled all the way to Amherst, got on a bus and a train, and I said, Grandma, I'm not going to allow you to take me to work because that's too far. You're going to get lost. So I'm going to take the bus and the train. I was never like a leech. Like I'm a go-getter. I got that from my grandmother, from my mother's lineage. So I would get up. I had my mother take me for the job interview. And when she took me, I said, Mom, wait, is that a bus? Okay, can you go right there? Let me see that bus line, the Pace bus line. Then I saw it was Amherst Hospital. Okay, that's the demographic. So 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 I went to Google, I got into my phone. Okay, we did it. And we traveled all the way from Inglewood all the way to Amherst, you know. And I did it every day, and I was on time, on there. It made me feel bad. Like today, when I had a call off on my job, I felt bad because that was the first time I called off in almost a year. I almost been with this company almost a year going on, couple on a year. But I would go every day on time, and my grandmother made sure I ate. She made sure if I needed a lunch. She just, my grandmother was just there for me. Like she was there. Are you the first grandchild? No, I'm not the first grandchild. I'm her youngest daughter, oldest son, but I live with my grandmother. So our relationship is different. I don't care what the other grandkids say about her. Our relationship is different because I lived with her since I was like 12 or 13 years old. Probably a little earlier than that. I lived with her. I remember my brothers and stuff. It was a scooter. Y'all remember the little scooters that you have to push with your legs? The scooters, not the electronic stuff, but back in the day, had those scooters. Everybody wanted the scooters. My grandmother bought all of us at the time. It was my brother and us brought us scooters, and I liked my grandmother's house because it was love, it was peace. It was I grew up in a very chaotic household, so when I went to my grandmother's house, it was like a totally different environment. Number one, you couldn't go outside, hit the streets. But you still can go outside because I had my grandma friends in Inglewood. Then I had my friends in a they call it the Wild Hundreds. I don't know if that's Roseland, like 103rd place. I don't know that, but it was in the hundreds. They called it Wild Hundred, but I never thought it was the environment. But it was my mom and her drinking. So when I went with my grandmother, it was a peaceful environment. It was just a different environment. And then she introduced me to church. Because my mom would take us to church. We only went on special occasion, Christmas, Easter. She was one of those type of saints. I'm only going to come on holidays. And so, and I got into singing because Mother Price, may God rest her soul, she wanted us to sing on the program, and I hated it. But my grandmother loved it. And certain songs my grandmother liked us singing, and it was amazing. I love that she introduced me to church. It was a good environment because she could introduce me to the streets. She could because there's some grandmas out there in the streets, child. It's just a solid environment. And I needed it as a young boy turn into a young man. I needed that, that as backup. I needed that as a good foundation. So I love my grandmother. Happy birthday to her. I want to thank her for all that she have done for our family. She have been there. It is painful that she can't have this massive birthday stuff because we was going to plan it that way. But we got a phone call, child. Somebody felt like they was left out. Put out a lie. You weren't left out. I was going to plan a celebration at my mom's house, and we're going to get a keyboard player. It was going to be really nice, but somebody called. They felt like they was left out. And I said, just forget about it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, ugh. I just said, forget about it. You know what I'm saying? I do it another way. Because, child, people just do too much. Child. Because I wanted to do what we did last year, but with more family members, because people were down for it. But people got a phone call. They felt like they was, because people lied. Y'all doing it behind my back. Nobody was doing it behind their back. I'm blocked from these numbers. So how can I call you and say, hey, can you come to the event? But anyway, that's not here or there. This is about my grandmother. I love her dearly. I love all my family members dearly. But grandmother have a special place in my heart because she is the reason why I do this. And comedian, a lot of people say you get it from your uncle. I get a lot of from my grandmother because my grandmother can roast. Oh, she can talk. And it's church stuff. She talk about her job. I remember my grandmother told me this. She said she got a phone call back when she was working, and the lady called and said, "If you want your job, Dora, you better get here. Somebody wants your job." And that heifer tried to get my job, and she will always say, "I wasn't saved then. I didn't have the Holy Ghost then." I went there and I dragged that heifer because the lady tried to steal her job. Wait a minute. She called my grandma. This is my grandmother now. She got to say heifer. Then she got to put on the church plate. And I told Willie to take me, and it was a bad snowstorm because she's a storyteller. And God brought us through that bad snowstorm. I went there and I got that heifer. I love it because she's an amazing just storyteller. Like, it's some stuff like I've never heard that story before because she has so much 89 years of history. I will never forget it. I said my grandmother lived through it all, lived through Dr. King, lived through John F. Kennedy. My grandmother shared something about Jim Crow. She shared about Chicago, but typically people just say Chicago was just, it's just milk and honey, better than the South. My grandmother said, in the South, we knew that they didn't like the N-words. They said it, but up north, they would say, I have nothing against the blacks. My grandmother said when she got on the CTA bus, a white woman tried to scoot her out the seat, and she said, I ain't moved. Like, my grandmother just stood. So it's just something. My grandmother told me stuff that about politics when Mayor Hill Washington, when he passed away, and how another black mayor got the position and he could have won a full term, but the black people, she said the black politics, she said some names, I ain't gonna say no names now. And she said Richard Daley Jr., he had his opportunity because black folks, they couldn't get along. My grandmother said something. She said back in the day, Mayor Daley Sr., some with the kids playing in the streets doing something, and Mayor Daley Sr. said, delete the people that's in the street. Some he said S word to K word, something like that. I can't go because I want to get. So my grandmother would just go on and 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 on about the system. I love how my aunt worked at the polls, like as an election worker. She worked there for years until she up into her 90s, like up until like a couple of years ago, she stopped doing it because she physically couldn't go. My grandmother vote in every election. She went there, and I started voting because my grandmother voted. And then my grandmother, she had to get new cans, and they didn't want to give it to her. She got on the phone with the city. She said, I'm a registered voter. And if you want my vote, I need, and they gave her the garbage can. And I said, whoa, that's powerful being a registered voter. So I just learned some of that activism from my grandmother, a little piece of it from her. And I used to call the alderman. I remember we got the little speed humps on that block on Justine. I would never forget it. I just love my grandmother because she believed in everything that I tried to do. She made me a believer. And for that, I thank you. I thank her for that. Some stuff she wanted to believe that I ain't agree with, like turn the other cheek. I believed in that, and they slapped me in both the cheeks. But I believed in it. And I will never forget it when I got beat up in high school. I was bullied. My grandmother said, yeah, because he's a Christian. He don't believe hitting people back. Y'all shouldn't do it. Take him to jail. They need to be arrested. Touching my grandson and everything like that. And then years like, I would say when I became like a junior or in high school, something switched of this mouth that I can talk back and talk about people. And this time the shyness went away. And I would just start talking about people, clapping back at people, saying all type of stuff about people. It is what it is. Like, I learned that, and it just, I couldn't turn it off. I've learned, so my grandmother was very active in my life. Like, when I would read the word, I would say, Grandma, we would debate about the Bible. I said, Grandma, do God delete people? Can you give me that scripture? Because they don't believe it. So she gave me the scripture. I went back to school. We would open up our Bibles. We would go at it. I said, God do is in this scripture. So I was like, it was fun. Like, my grandmother was just there. Shout out to my friend Ariana, my high school friend. she knew my grandmother. I let her meet my grandmother. I had a crush on Ariana Blunt. She was a white girl. Like I loved her. Like made her grow. I loved her. She was the only one. And I told her, I said, you got you a black booty. I was shut up, Wayne. You're such the class clown. Like I love like that. Well, to this day, I'm kind of like mad that we ain't together to this day. But one day we may be when I become wealthy. Because we still follow each other on Facebook. I love this woman so much. That entire family, they just good looking white women. And I was ignorant because I would say some ignorant stuff and she would laugh. And my grandmother met her and I'm ignorant. So if I hear something, I'll repeat it. So she said, yeah, my grandmother said she got to get her car fixed. And I said, yeah, did your grandma get her car fixed? Shut up, Wiley. That was 2 years ago. And when we graduated, I met Ariana's grandmother. And I said, did you ever get that car fixed? Oh, well, yeah, I did. I got me a new car. I was like, shut up. I was like, I love that. My grandma was right there. We took a picture. It was my grandma, myself, my mother, and my sister. We all took a picture when I graduated from high school. I got to track that photo down. But I love her so much because she was just there for me and she laughed. She just loved that I graduated because none of her other grandkids graduated out of my mom's kids. No shade. May God bless them and keep them in their endeavors. But I was happy that I walked across that. I felt my grandmother was just there. I love you, Grandma. Happy birthday. I go on and on and on and on. But I love y'all. Thank y'all so very much. You are blessed. I have my memories with your grandmother. I never had one growing up. Like I have these memories, man. I have these memories. Like she was just there for me, and I love her, and I love y'all. Dream, I love you, Dream. Melanie, I love you. I love y'all. Latavi, I love y'all. Like it's like this is my grandma. Like I love her, man. I'm so glad I was able to celebrate her birthday and like just show it with the world of what she had been doing for me. She helped make me like for what I am today. Like that's why a village, if it wasn't for my grandmother, my mother would be, then I wouldn't be. So I love that, just that history, and I'm finding more information about our family tree, and I love my grandmother, and happy birthday. All right. Love you all. I'm about to go to the gym. First of all, I'm about to eat because I should not be working out on an empty stomach. I'm going to eat me some barbecue. Shout out to my mama and her man. Thank you to my man. I don't care what they say about that man. That man can barbecue. I don't care what they say about him. That man can barbecue. He'll do some complaining, but he threw down on that grill. That's one thing I can say. I don't care what he. Listen, I love that. I respect him. Oh well, but he threw down on them ribs last night. Them ribs was good. I ate really good, even though I couldn't eat it all because I don't feel good. But you still got to eat and stuff. And when you go into the bathroom, you still got to eat and drink water because you get dehydrated. Because it's like when you work in a healthcare field. Whatever they got, you gonna get. So it's hard. Like I had on gloves, and I'm like, oh man, please don't let me get this. So got it. And it's more like the heat, like it was like in the bathroom. Woo, woo, woo. And I said, okay. First of all, it hit me at the gym. I had to run to the restroom. I almost missed the restroom. Because whatever they had there, I got it. And that's typical. That's not the first time because I've worked where you get, viruses where like stomach bugs, stomach viruses, or what they call it, like flu. Or I don't think it's the flu. It's like a bug or something, if that makes sense. So I was like, man, I was like, oh, but when I felt, I said, yeah, it happened. And so, and still my stomach is kind of like boiling and stuff like that. Like, oh my God. So I took some Madison and stuff. Still feel much, much better, but because it's like soon, I was like, oh no, because I didn't want to call off because I hate calling off work. I just hate it. It made me feel bad. And I said, no, Wiley, don't go if you don't feel good. And so But nevertheless, I thank God that I'm here. And thank God for YouTube, child, where you could just talk, be sick, and still do you. This is the only entity you could be sick and still do it. Okay. Love you all. If you want to donate to the Cash App, $ Marquise Wiley 28. Shout out to people that have done it to the Zelle WileyShow@gmail.com. We're trying to we'll be back in Dallas soon, but make sure y'all donate to those entities. And it's just like, yeah, because when you work with people and I'm there, like and everything. So thank you, and everything feel better and stuff like that. Because I'm like, oh man. But nevertheless, I'm here. And that's the thing, like when you're younger, when your immune system is different than the elderly, because elderly people get the same thing. It is worse because some of these people have to go to the hospital. Like, for me, I didn't have to go to the hospital. So thank God for that. It could be. So I am praying for people that are going through with this spirit, this virus. Like it's something going around here. It's affecting people. So hopefully and pray that y'all get through it. But yes. All right, y'all, I'm going to go to the gym. And if something else pop off, I can go back live, child, because I'm off for the next 2 days. Literally, I'm off for the next 2 days. I'm off for the next 2 days. That's amazing. Literally, I'm out for the next 2 days. All right, y'all. I'll talk to Couture Bay. Love you, sis. It was fun. Like, I really love to see my people win. I love that so much. I want to close this video out. But can I just say, I love to see people win. Couture Bay, God bless you. I love to see that. I love to see people get to the bag. Can I please say that again? I just want to say that. I love to see it because it's good for the culture, man. My God, that woman is talented. And if anything, keep up the good work, child. I'll talk to y'all soon because we got to come back with some more gossip. Let me get to the gym. Peace.